Absolutely, Amanda, and we are broadcasting live from Altamont, Kansas, upon the footprint of Labette County High School inside the four walls of historic Harrison Gymnasium. For the first time since the third week of December, we're live inside the best gym in the state of Kansas. Lady Grizzly basketball on tap in about 7 minutes here on KLKC. Good evening, Grizzly Nation. My name's Jack Leake, joined by my father, Jack Leake, and Isaiah Kuhn, Labette County's high school student, on the live stream. Isaiah, if you could make sure we're not echoing on there, that would be great. We've had that happen in the past a little bit. So this is the Tank Connection pregame show of Labette County Lady Grizzly basketball. Two of the top teams in the 4A East Sub-State region set to go at it. Lady Grizzlies coming off of a good non-conference win on Tuesday night at Winfield.
Yeah, for sure. I thought we looked good. I guess that was Tuesday. I'm losing track of the playing tonight's throwing me off, actually, this Thursday night makeup game. But felt like the girls, all 10 or 12 of them rotated in and played a solid game. Seems like Winfield hung around a little bit in that first quarter, and once we kind of hit our stride, saw the bucket going a few times, got a few steals, kind of got our transition going, we pulled away. So, it's a great win. Hey, it's going to be a busy week for them physically and emotionally. So 3 games this week, so we need a good effort tonight to beat the Fort Scott Tigers, that's for sure.
As Dad mentioned, this game is a reschedule. This game was supposed to take place for Labette County and Fort Scott, the game here, just after Christmas break, after the Chanute game, the Friday after the Chanute game, January 10th or 11th, I think. So, a reschedule, and due to that, we haven't played at home the whole month of January. So, an odd, funky deal. The schedule was crazy as is, but we're not complaining. Happy to be back watching one of the best teams in the state, your Lady Grizzlies, at 12-1 on the season. That one loss coming in the championship game at Burlington against defending 3A state champs Silver Lake. In Labette County's game on Tuesday night at Winfield in a 49-21 victory. Leading the way for Labette County in scoring was senior Landry O'Brien with 15 points and went scoreless in the first and fourth quarters. So looking at some of the box score totals here, our offense kind of goes as Landry goes a little bit. The defense, it helps when she's out there, but we can recover better defensively because we have so many good defenders. I'd like to see maybe a second or third scorer start to kind of come about as we near more important games.
Yeah, and that stat, I think, of course, I'm just kind of going off observation, might be a little bit skewed. Landry is the point of that suffocating press we put on teams. And so she creates so much from that. She creates so much offense from that defensive perspective in the front court, or the back court rather. So, I think the more the rest of our girls step up that kind of pressure defensively, and they do, by the way, but Landry's on another level sometimes, especially on that press. That will or does indicate some of the offense that she puts up for her tallies too.
Jaden Davis had a few of her bunnies that she loves to fire away finally go down, it feels like. And Jaden was able to get up to 8 points on 4 made field goals. Kinsley Boss is back. And don't forget, Jaden Davis was injured and out a while. I still kind of have seen her kind of still getting back to form, because when she's full form, goodness, so good around the rim. And as mentioned, Kinsley Boss is back and has had an immediate impact in the game at Coffeyville, that comeback win, and on Tuesday night at Winfield as well. I mean, the front court for Labette County, to me, is so deep when you have Amory Baker, the Boss twins, Jaden Davis, and Kaylin McCoy. I don't know if you can find a better front court, to be honest. I know they're not the tallest, and Fort Scott has some length tonight, but just as far as skill and grit, let alone you add in the guards, we've talked a lot about how this team is 12 or 13 deep.
Yeah, we sure have. Yeah, there's such a slight change when that next 5 comes in, or however that rotation looks. It's seamless, really. So, and yes, I agree with you. Kinsley Boss, my goodness, she was immediate. I figured it would take her 2 or 3 games just to kind of get some rhythm and man, she just looked, I think she was emotionally so stoked, sitting there on the bench watching her senior year go by game after game. She was just intense from the get-go. So, what an impact to an already really good team.
Again, you're listening to the Tank Connection pregame show of Labette County Lady Grizzly basketball. And let's not forget, we are playing a mighty fine opponent tonight. The Lady Tigers of Fort Scott, as mentioned, sit up there right by Labette County. These are 2 big games tonight, boys and girls. And you're thinking, our boys only have 3 wins. How's that a big game? We'll explain later in the boys pregame, but if our boys lose tonight, they flip with Fort Scott and might fall out of sub-state. So anyways, 2 big games here. For the girls, it's going to be maybe for one of those top seeds, as Fort Scott is 10-3 on the year, Labette County 12-1. And so you're kind of starting to wade into the waters of the season where these games, every game determines what seed you are, but you start to get into the season where it's paid attention to more, pressure starts to mount a little, and seeds in sub-state really begin to take shape. This Fort Scott team under Coach Steps, always so good. They have lost 3 of their last 6 games to Overland Park, Girard, and Coffeyville on the road. So there's scores on here. I'm looking at their schedule where I'm impressed. A 68-25 win over Parsons, a good win over Frontenac, but also a couple losses I'm kind of shocked at. This team lost 51-29 to Girard. So I know this is a good opponent, but it seems like a lot of teams, they have to show up in order to be their best.
Yeah, they do. And Fort Scott's developed over the last 3 or 4 years, or 5 since Coach Steps has been there. They've got a reputation.
Yes.
People know they're competitive, they're solid, they're sound, they're good. And so that goes a long way when they come out on the court. It needs to be mentioned. As does the Grizzlies. Labette County Grizzly ladies basketball has been so good for so long. That's the expectation. But been looking forward to this game. I really have. So I look for a really good competitive matchup for the girls tonight. I think we'll rise to the occasion. I look for a good first half. I think we pull away and win this fairly handily tonight, actually.
Starters are in. Thank you for tuning in. That was the conclusion of the Tank Connection pregame show. Randy Blackwell booms his vocals throughout the walls of Harrison Gymnasium. Starters for both teams are in. We'll start with the visitors from an hour 20 north, Fort Scott, Kansas. Lady Tigers, number 1, a 5'6" junior, Rayleigh Cowan. Number 10, a 5'5" senior, Allie Brown. Number 20, a 5'9" junior, Claire McElroy. Number 23, a 6-foot-tall senior, Kylie Comstock. Number 25, a 5'9" junior, JC Rogers. And for Labette County starters tonight, number 13, a 5'5" junior, Amelia Carnahan. Number 14, a 5'9" senior, Aubrey Boss. Number 21, a 5'9" senior, Madison Bevins. Number 23, a 5'8" senior, Landry O'Brien. And number 42, a 5'9" senior, Jaden Davis. Head coach for Fort Scott, Pashone Steps, assisted by Gary Floyd and Dylan Duffy. Head coach for Labette County, Brianna Vollmer, assisted by Heather Wilson and Madison Evans. Big matchup on tap in Altamont, back in 30 with Tip on KLKC. Comstock and Boss toe-to-toe at the LC Grizzly Paw logo at center court here in Harrison. Referee toots the whistle, ball in the air, won by Boss. Labette County's got possession one of tonight's big game.
Yeah, we'll take that. Let's see if we can get a good first possession here and kind of set the tone for the game tonight.
Labette County wearing home white jerseys. Aubrey Boss, a little bunny, misses out of bounds off of Fort Scott. Labette County will keep. Again, Labette County in home white uniforms with red Grizzlies on the front and red numbers front and back. A quick whistle and a stoppage of play before Aubrey Boss could throw the ball into play. Fort Scott Lady Tigers in their road red uniforms, kind of a deeper colored red with white numbers and white Fort Scott on the chest. Jaden Davis, unselfish look. Bevins, she's blocked. Fort Scott's got it. Here comes Rogers. Handoff, Allie Brown. Another quick referee whistle and stoppage of play. Shot clock issues, my best guess. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can't tell either. So far, we haven't quite got this game going, though.
So Fort Scott will throw in right in front of Labette County's bench. No fouls, nothing of the sorts. Looks as if shot clock didn't start, and now we go. 7:30 first quarter. Fort Scott with their first try. This is a good Fort Scott team that's 10-3 on the year. A three-pointer from the right wing misses deep. Rebound Davis. Hands it to Landry O'Brien. Number 23 in white, averages about 18 a game.
Yeah, that was a good first possession down there. Looked a little bit like we might be in a zone. Now we throw one away. Can't do that tonight.
Two pretty similar teams. A minute in, Fort Scott with their second bite at the apple. Allie Brown, three-pointer, up and a swish. Allie Brown has been so good since she was a freshman playing varsity games.
Yeah, I remember her. I tell you, Fort Scott, I can tell you right now, has two really good players, so we'll have to defend that.
For Bevins, misses. Davis rebound, goes up, kind of throws it away, but Bevins is there. Labette County not very polished offensively to start this contest. It is kind of the two-headed monster of Kylie Comstock and Allie Brown. Last year it was the Batman and Robin of Keegan Yarrick, one of the better players in the state for Fort Scott. She graduated, and Brown's been forced to fill the big shoes as O'Brien's fouled going up, and will shoot two here.
Yeah, that's what she does best. Penetrates and draws a foul. Earlier, Jaden Davis had a rebound inside. I'd like to see Jaden just automatically take that ball up, not kick it out. Even if she has to head fake against a 6-footer, who is that? Comstock. She's got to go up. Maybe we can get a couple, 2 or 3 fouls on her in the first half. That'd be even better.
Landry's first is good, as is the second. It's Fort Scott 3, Labette County 2. Brown calls for her teammates to get in the press break, and it isn't broken. Batted by Landry, layup missed. There's Maddie to try to clean up and is fouled by Fort Scott. Allie Brown really trying to command her soldiers on the battlefield, getting after her teammates.
Yeah, hopefully that's just a peep at how that press is going to work for us tonight. That was a good disruption there by O'Brien.
Allie Brown yelled at her teammates while dribbling, "Press break, we were just in it, press break." And sure enough, they turned it over. So Brown doing all she can with her teammates here. O'Brien pulls up for the lead, missed it. Rebound soaring high is Aubrey Boss, but misses. Her sister Kinsley just checked in. Brown head fakes, gets Landry to bite and scores. She's the captain of this squad.
Yeah, that was well done there. Got down underneath, head faked, and went right up. So that was well done by Fort Scott, by Brown.
Labette County gets over the head of Fort Scott's full court pressure. Landry calls for it and collects. Looks inside, nothing. Right wing Carnahan in front of Fort Scott's bench. Davis, good look. Boss, reverse layup, good.
Gosh, what kind of a pass and great shot inside. Fort Scott's going to play that 2-3 zone, so they're going to make us try to work it inside or make the outside shot tonight.
Two of the best teams in the league going at it tonight. A steal for Labette County. Kinsley Boss with that ACL brace running down her right leg picks up the ball.
Yeah, she's already impacting this game too, so that's great to see.
Cannot believe the instant impact she's had. Millie Carnahan misses a corner three off the side of the backboard. Rebound Fort Scott.
Yeah, I couldn't quite tell if someone got a hand or finger on that or not.
Cowan with the basketball, drives with the right hand, good pass, block, no foul on Jaden Davis, and 2 free throws here in a moment for Rogers.
Yeah, she was penetrating that defense of ours. Someone should have stepped up earlier than that. She got way too deep before we pulled off our defense. So that was a good pass, too, by Fort Scott, shooting 2 free throws here.
First free throw up and in for J.C. Rogers. This has been a long-awaited matchup as these teams are going to play each other twice in the next, 2-3 weeks? This game was supposed to take place back in January. Second free throw missed by Rogers, but due to winter weather, it was rescheduled to tonight. Millie Carnahan for the lead on the right corner, missed the 3. It's 6-4 Fort Scott. Not a very smart move there by McElroy, and she turns it over.
Yeah, another good stop there by us, and here goes O'Brien up for the shot.
And she's fouled and will shoot another pair. As she didn't have many intentions of making that shot,
yeah.
She just knew she was going to get the foul.
That's right. Yeah, you get down there in that situation, you just go up, and if you have to sell it a little bit with your arms flailing, which she was fouled that time, but she's awfully good at also making things look like a foul.
Landry sinks her first free throw. One more for the senior for the tie. Missed it. Kinsley Boss with the rebound in good position. Boss throws back to Carnahan, who picks her dribble up, reverses the ball to O'Brien. Back to Carnahan. Boss posting. Here's Aubrey Boss backside, blocked, and Labette County will keep. Amory Baker checked into the game a bit ago for Jaden Davis, and they're going to say that's off Labette County. Now Fort Scott with the ball, up by 1.
Yeah, it's a great shot. I'm glad she challenged Comstock. She needs to do that all night. That's a good shot. Good block.
4:15 first quarter. Fort Scott 6, Labette County 5. And Rogers forced to throw it off the leg of Kinsley Boss. Labette County's defense, oh so good.
Yeah, and we're going to have to be tonight. So, like I said, the last 2 or 3 years or 4 years, these two teams have just traded punches. So we're used to these kind of matchups with Fort Scott.
Allie Brown's done a lot tonight for this team, has 5 of their 6 points. Labette County student section letting Fort Scott here at Brown open for 3. Missed it by a touch. Over the backboard it goes. Turnover Fort Scott.
Yeah, I was glad to see that miss. She's a pretty good little shooter. Looks like Fort Scott's going to put a little press on us maybe.
6-5 Fort Scott, 3:45 first quarter. Amory Baker wearing 40 in white catches it and reverses course around the black 3-point arc. Aubrey Boss on a drive, wants a bucket, missed it, strong off the heel. Rebound from Aubrey Yarrick, who just checked into the game, and a subsequent foul off the board on Landry O'Brien.
Yeah, that was another good shot by Aubrey. She had a couple not fall. Just keep shooting those. She's wide open, those little penetrating, floating shots.
Timeout, Coach Steps, as his Lady Tigers won the first 4 minutes and 25 seconds by 1 point. It's a full timeout. Let's go ahead and take a 1-minute break on KLKC.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask.
Fort Scott with the basketball and a turnover. Labette County picks up the scrum. O'Brien for the lead. Miss, dripped off the rim and falls into the hands of Brown off the carom.
Yeah, we got to look there. We, as say this every week, we need a few of those to go for us. That's kind of how we get our momentum running.
Amory Baker defending beyond the arc. Allie Brown fakes left, pulls up from deep, fires the three and misses. Tipped off the hands of Bevins. Did she stay in? No. Maddie Bevins, in a tightrope Walinda situation, couldn't stay in bounds.
Yeah, it was a good hustle there by Bevins. It's unfortunate we couldn't just capture that ball, but I think she got her toe out of bounds.
Low-scoring affair here in Altamont. The first game played in this gym since December 20th when Labette County played Parsons. That is correct. For those that don't believe me.
Yeah.
Deep pass into the post area, working on Kinsley, but nothing there. Brown pulls up, and a long two rolls home for the senior guard. She has 7.
Yeah, she'll shoot those all night. She's probably shot 4 or 5 already. So we'll certainly have to challenge that.
O'Brien finds Boss with a one-handed pass. Maddie Bevins throws inside to Baker, looks to go up and under, doesn't like it. Throws back. Aubrey Boss near side Landry, looks down at her feet, stays in bounds. Fort Scott defense has been formidable. Is this a 2-3 zone? Here's Bevins with a swish from deep, and then we're tied at 8. Was that a 2-3 zone there? I wasn't.
Yeah, they're playing a zone 2, and Bevins, man, what a nice shooter. She just seems to make those every game right at the right time.
Fort Scott at the other end, a little two-pointer falls from the short corner for Aubrey Yarick.
Yeah, you can tell right now these are two well-matched teams, well-coached teams, so this is fun.
Aubrey Boss for the tie, an athletic circus-looking shot falls for 14.
Boy, that sure was, and she had hands in her face. Now here she comes ready to defend on the press.
Aubrey, to me, has been one of the better defenders on this team. 10-10, 90 seconds, first quarter, a block for Kinsley, the sister of Aubrey. Labette County's got it, looking for a lead. I think they're first of the game, if my memory serves me right.
I think it would be, yes.
Kinsley with her hands on the pumpkin. Baker for the lead underneath. High down. 12-10, Lady Grizzlies.
Yeah, Baker continues to do such a good job inside. So, yeah, Grizzlies' first lead here, 12-10.
55 seconds, first quarter. Underneath goes Comstock, and she's fouled going up, and Kylie Comstock is going to shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, she's a tremendous athlete, so she's going to get her points and her looks. So that was good defense there. Just sometimes you have to foul when they're inside like that, 6 foot tall.
First free throw for Comstock goes down. Another reason this matchup has been anticipated is because nobody's been too sure, I suppose, how strong Fort Scott is as far as a force of the SEK goes. Coffeyville proved to me they are really good last week. And we had just everybody's been waiting to see these two teams play. Missing the second is Comstock, but the putback goes down for Aubrey Yarick, and she has a quick 4 points, and Fort Scott's lead is 1.
Yeah, we talked about this kind of stuff a lot. Here comes a steal by Fort Scott.
Yarick again, bad pass though. Bevins pokes it out, and Fort Scott will keep it though. Aubrey Yarick off the bench playing well.
I can promise you her coach was telling her you should have shot that. She passed it the last second and got knocked away.
Long two-pointer, up, down, and then out. Fort Scott beating us on the glass, and the putback falls for Claire McElroy.
I'll tell you right now, you throw the ball away against this team or don't screen out some of the basics, you're going to be in trouble.
Labette County breaks the pressure. Anna Cantrell in the game, along with Kaylin McCoy. Bevins, another 3 for the tie. Strong by a hair, as she maybe thought even that was in. But how about Maddie hitting the deck? But a jump ball is going to take it to Fort Scott. Good effort from Bevins, though.
Yes, it sure was. And she's a good shooter. I'm glad she took that shot. It was open. So, yeah, Labette County needs to have a good defense here, good stand.
8 seconds left in the first quarter. Fort Scott with numbers. Layup left side. Good.
Yeah, wow. Missed assignment or something.
Buzzer sounds at the end of 1, and it's Fort Scott 17, Labette County 12. A 6-0 Tiger run after Labette County took their first lead. We'll be back in 1 minute with the second quarter. This is Lady Grizzly basketball.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
Fort Scott leads the Lady Grizzlies of Labette County 17-12 as the second quarter begins here in Altamont.
Tell you, there's been a few games I feel like we've been slow starters, but you play teams like this that are pretty sound. You can't do that. You can't throw the ball away, and that's what we just did.
Bad pass from Landry, really, across the paint and through two red jerseys.
Yes, she doesn't do that very often.
No jump or foul called. They let them play, and we're thankful. Millie Carnahan, a good play. Labette County's got it. Landry didn't smell the Tiger behind her. Turnover, Labette again. Right to left goes Yarick to the cup.
Offensive.
Foul going the other way.
That was really a good call. I didn't know from where he was if he was blocked from that, but yeah, she was extending her arm. Really good call there.
17-12 Fort Scott. Jaden Davis checks in for Amory Baker. Labette County kind of searching for momentum offensively with 7:25 left in the first half.
Yeah, seems like we always need that little spurt where we spin off 2 or 3 shots and a steal and a layup to kind of get us juices flowing. And another turnover for Labette County.
Kinsley Boss threw it to the heart of Cowan, and she's got it double-teamed in prison herself, turns it over, can't break free of the chains. Kinsley Boss, good look. Davis, no! Rebound, Fort Scott Comstock, and a foul on Labette County going the other way. 2 fouls on Landry. O'Brien, no. Millie Carnahan. I saw the ref look at Landry, and so I thought he was calling it on O'Brien, but he got Millie for her first.
Yeah, and I think Landry at first thought it was on her, but goodness, we're going to have a few of these fast breaks. We've had 3 or 4, haven't got one yet, so just got to keep the pressure on, and we're going to have to make a few of those for sure.
Kinsley Boss had a drive. I'm not too sure why she stopped attacking. A missed floater for Fort Scott. Rebound fought for. Tigers win it. Up by 5 are the visitors, and a foul on Labette County. Back-to-back fouls here to start the second quarter on the Grizzlies. That's Maddie Bevins first. Checking in for Fort Scott is Lorelei Clark in place of J.C. Rogers. Ball goes in, little touch floater misses. Good box and board by Kinsley Boss.
Yes, it was. Thankfully, that ball didn't go in. She had a pretty good look there.
Davis underneath, we need points, and Jaden provides.
Gosh, that was a tough shot. Spin and shoot at the same time. Kind of a little fadeaway a little bit. Beautiful shot there by Jade Davis.
Timeout, coach steps. He wants 30 seconds. We will keep it here and thank some sponsors for allowing our jobs to take place. O'Brien Ready Mix, Vollmer Cement Finishing, Wood Insurance Center, USD 506, Labette Bank and Commercial Bank. Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray. Tank Connection, Labette Health, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, the Corner Store of Altamont, Olson Ace Hardware, and SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier and Meister. Coach steps, one of the best in the business. called the timeout with his team up by 3, and here we go, the clock runs. Let's see what they do. They turn it over again out of the timeout. Coach Steps watches on. Labette County can tie with a 3. Bevins in the corner, doesn't pull it. Landry does for the tie. Short. Davis soars in like Superman. Missed the bunny. It's fought for. JD's got it again and is fouled.
Talked about that in the first quarter, and there she did it. Went straight up with it. Got the rebound, battled hard, just wouldn't be denied. So here comes Comstock back in after that series too.
Jaden's first free throw is short. Davis will get one more. And back in is Comstock in place of Yarrick. Davis, second, is no good as well. Comstock with the box and rebound. Labette County's deficit is frozen at 3.
Yeah, need another good look here defensively. Looks like we're going to, can't tell if we're matching up in the man-to-man or zone, actually. Looks like we're playing man-to-man.
Comstock underneath, misses one, but gets it back, goes up strong, and is granted a foul. 2 free throws for the Tiger senior.
Yeah, 6 foot tall, athletic. I mean, it's just, you're just going to have to, when she's driving, you're going to have to take a look at her and turn and get her on your hip and feel her there. It's the only way you can rebound against her.
Good free throw shooter as well, 2 for 3 from the line tonight, and has a good-looking shot, does number 23. Comstock, her second, spins the ball back, takes 3 low dribbles, fires away the free throw, and buries it.
Yeah, that was 2 really good-looking shots there.
19-14 Fort Scott. O'Brien has yet to get going for Labette County. Does have 3 points, though, from the free throw line. Amory Baker looks, fires, swishes it. Amory patient, and it paid off.
Yeah, spun back into her own body and shot it left-handed. That, you have to be really strong. That's hard to get that ball up there.
Brown off the forward pass, squeezes herself between 2 white jerseys, forwards a pass to Comstock, back to Brown, deep 2-pointer, air ball, and it's going to go to Labette County, 19-16 Fort Scott, 5-12 first half.
Yeah, that Brown's a nice little player. You can tell she's competitive, wants to drive and make things happen.
Baker on this side of half court, Labette County moving left to right, Fort Scott right to left. Aubrey Boss pass, tipped a couple times but goes to O'Brien. Little short corner floater, squirts off to Baker, and it's going to be thrown on that side of backcourt. A backcourt violation for Labette County is going to take it to Fort Scott.
Yeah, that's not like Amory. She had the ball in the paint. She always stays patient and looks for the shot first. So, unfortunate turnover there.
4:50 left in the half. Fort Scott 19, Labette County 16. Cowan with the basketball, a starting guard for Fort Scott. Fort Scott with the loosey-goosey possession here, but they keep it. Bevins trying to give Cowan fits, who's back with it. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Pass tipped by Davis, stolen by Bevins. Labette County trying to cut it to 1. They nearly lose it. How was that saved by Aubrey? Then Fort Scott tips it and gets it back. And a jump ball here created by Boss keeps it with Fort Scott. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't get a ticky-tack foul there on Boss. Got a jump ball instead.
4:30 left in the half. For a Thursday night reschedule, pretty doggone good turnout here in Harrison. Fort Scott, good play, but the layup was missed by McElroy. She faked the pass, but missed the layup.
Yeah, that sure was. That was nice. We were fortunate there. Yeah.
O'Brien got to the rim and is fouled going up. Landry's going to shoot 2 more. All her points have come from the line. Strategic, though, is O'Brien. She knows what she's doing there.
Yeah, because I feel like that was a decent block, but anytime you go in like that, you've got a 40% chance or whatever that the refs are going to see that and blow it.
Landry misses the first free throw. Carnahan and Kinsley Boss check in for Bevins and Baker. Look at that student section over there.
I know. It's good
you
to be
that?
home. Yeah, this is what it should feel like at a basketball game and what hot dogs should taste like. I had one from Cindy earlier.
Oh, man, Landry's second went all the way down. Well, obviously not all the way, but most of the way, and then came back out. But, yeah, you should be able to see on our live stream as Isaiah has it on that side of the floor now. That student section's filled to the top. They're chanting chants and supporting our players. We've been on the road for a month, and I haven't seen a student section half that size.
Yeah, not one that's having fun but not being belligerent.
Right. Labette County gets a steal. Haven't capitalized on a few of them tonight. Down by 3. That's it. Our Grizzlies haven't played great, but Fort Scott's been strong. Kinsley.
There.
They were. I don't know if they were looking for Boss there. Landry off the glass from 3. Missed it. Not great. 3:15 left in the half. Fort Scott pushes pace hard and turns it over. Pressing the envelope a touch too firm were the Tigers there.
Yeah, Yeah, we'll take that. There's not too many unforced turnovers Fort Scott does. They're pretty solid that way, so that was kind of an errant pass there.
Fort Scott 19, Labette County 16. 3:10 second quarter. I feel like Labette County's been scoreless for quite some time. Kinsley Boss, little rattler from the free throw line, goes down. As mentioned before, the words of a broadcaster can move mountains.
Yeah, what a great shot. She was right in front of the free throw line, that awkward 8 or 9 feet, however far that is, and wide open, took the shot. That was really well done.
A foul, though, on Labette County in Fort Scott's half-court set. That's going to go on Amory Baker, her second and the team's fourth with 2:53 to go in the half. Allie Brown is going to take a breather for Fort Scott. In for her is Allison Wheeler, a sophomore guard. It's 19-18 Fort Scott. Again, 2:50 first half. Right wing, Fort Scott's got it, now deep corner. Good ball movement, McElroy turns to face, good head fake, dump down, that was beautiful. And it's finished underneath by Yarick. I mean, that was beautiful.
Yeah, you can tell when a team's well coached, like our team. I mean, several of their players know how to defend. Steal here by Fort Scott.
Cowan at the rack, doesn't convert, then she does. That ball suspended on the rim for a split second.
Warning.
And then went down. A quick whistle. I thought maybe Vollmer called a timeout, but there was some sort of warning on Fort Scott.
I think they fumbled with the ball after it went through the hoop,
As we saw that called at Winfield, actually. So a quick 4-0 run by Fort Scott makes it a 5-point Tigers lead. Carnahan squares one up from the corner. Air ball. It goes to Yarick.
Yeah, she just needs to find her timing. That's all it is. I hope she keeps shooting. And a nice break up there by Millie on the press.
23-18, Fort Scott. 2 minutes left in the half. Fort Scott's really done well to keep the crowd out of it, keep, in most respects, our press out of it. Fort Scott has it up by 5, looking for their largest lead of the game. McElroy with the ball, defended tightly by Aubrey Boss, and a foul on Labette County, and 2 free throws coming up for the newly checked-in sophomore, Wheeler, as that's the 5th team foul on Labette County.
Yeah, Fort Scott's got several kids that can dribble, handle the ball, and pass, so you're right, the press, we've had a few takeaways, but we haven't, I don't know if we've made one layup or not yet off that.
I think as the first free throw's good for Wheeler, I'll extend off what you said. I think that we are better than a lot of teams, more talented. But when an opponent has the capability to competently dribble, pass, and see the floor, that's about half the battle against us, in some respects, if that makes sense.
Well, yeah, we live and die in a lot of ways from transition points like that. So I shouldn't say it that way, but we score a lot of points in that fashion.
Yes. Second free throw missed by Wheeler. Labette County with the board after she made the first. A 6-point Fort Scott lead, 90 seconds left in the half. Landry calls for it, collects, drives, gets an angle. Davis misses, but she's fouled. Good high-low from O'Brien to Davis.
Boy, that sure was, and that takes practice and communication, because a lot of times a player like Davis would have thought Landry was going to shoot that, and your eyes go to the backboard. No, Jaden had her eyes on the pass, and that was really well played.
Davis misses her first free throw, wipes some sweat from her eyes, collects the ball. Second one on its way. Swish.
Yeah, need as many of those to go down tonight as possible. Grizzlies just need to stay patient. I don't see anybody panicking at all. We just need to play our game. There's a good steal here by Carnahan.
Cantrell poked it, and Millie picked it up. Minute 15, Labette County needs a little run. O'Brien tried to draw another foul but missed it. Little slow to get up, but she's okay. She's been up and down a lot tonight, yet to score a field goal. Fort Scott with it, up 24-19. 1 minute until the intermission. Labette County needs a couple stops and a score, and you're within a bucket at half. Brown switches hands, dumps it down. Comstock swatting is O'Brien, but Comstock scores it. The height of Comstock proving a bit of an issue.
Yeah, Brown and Comstock play so good together.
Yeah.
That was really well done.
Always kind of fun to watch a point guard and a big that are really good go at it on the floor. Fort Scott up 7, largest lead of the night. Davis looks for the interior pass. It's stolen by Comstock. She's got it right to left. She'll take a three. Miss it. Tipped off 2 players. Goes to Cowan. Fort Scott keeps with no shot clock. 18 seconds. She's pulled up and blocked by Davis. And Fort Scott keeps the ball. Not many teams have shown a lot of awareness at the end of halves. Fort Scott should not have shot that ball. They should wait until there's 1 second on the clock.
Especially Comstock. She's a post, a 5. I was a little surprised with that shot too, actually.
Haven't seen a lot of teams wait and hold. 15 seconds left, first half. Ball goes in. Fort Scott loose with it. Labette County close to getting a steal. Brown with the basketball. Labette County down 7. 5 seconds left in the second quarter. I don't know if they'll get a look. 1 second. Comstock heaves. Missed it. Oh, man, that was close. At the end of 2 quarters from Altamont, Labette County only 7 second quarter points. It's Fort Scott 26, Lady Grizzlies 19. We will be back in 4 minutes, so I can step aside for a quick break with the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at klkcradio.com.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning, with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Welcome back, Grizzly fans, to the broadcast. We're live on 106.7 FM KLKC. And if you're listening on the radio, before we came back, you just heard the voice of Amanda, our board operator. Thank you very much. And Isaiah Kuhn is on the KLKC Sports YouTube live stream. And a quick reminder, if you would like to listen or are working out in the yard or wherever you might be, or you're out of signal of our station, you can download the KLKC app on iOS, your Apple phone, or Android, and listen to V93.5 Music or Parsons Viking Sports or Fox Sports 106.7 and Grizzly Athletics anywhere that you have good phone service. So go check that out in the App Store. Halftime score, Fort Scott 26, Labette County 19. Dad, I'll turn it over to you before I make a point here. What are your thoughts on that first half? Fort Scott, really good team.
Yeah. And first of all, if anybody's working out in the yard right now, they're probably feverish or delirious.
In the future.
So, yeah, but back to the game. Yeah, Fort Scott, just one of those teams that it can be easy to let yourself get frustrated. I have not seen that out of us yet, but we're so used to getting some shots that don't mean to say come easy, but we pick the ball, push it up, get the layup. Fort Scott's really good at not just giving a lot of freebies. So two things. We do need to be patient as far as emotionally and mentally so we don't kind of get scrambled in our heads. But secondly, I haven't felt yet this urgency from this team, all of them, that all five just really pumped up and going. So I still look for a good run out of us to get this game back to tied and then kind of make a little push to go ahead. So I'm sure Coach Ballmer made some good comments, probably some pretty vocal comments to these kids in the locker room, and I look for us to come out and play a good, hard second half.
Absolutely, and I just wanted to bring up something that you've said a couple times, or kind of add to it rather, and I don't want a 7-point lead to determine an opinion on a team, or a 7-point deficit that Labette County is in, because if we were to hit a 3 at the buzzer and only down 4, the conversation would be different. So hear me when I say, I've always been kind of curious because we've had a lot of success on turnovers, pass up aheads, layups, full court press, putting your foot down on a lot of teams quickly, 10-0 run, 12-0 run, force a timeout, press is going nuts. When a team can break our press, how do we score? We're not the best half-court team, but how can we score when a team breaks our press? I just think that's a decent question to ask because you mentioned a couple times we do rely a lot on that, and that's okay. Our identity is in a steal. That's fine. But when a team here in the Sub-State Championship in a month or the first and second day at Salina can break our press, or heck, tonight, how do you score? That's not a rhetorical question, but you don't have to answer, but that's just something I'm kind of thinking about.
Well, and some of that's going to come off the fact that if we get defensive stops, we can get kickouts and fast break and score without a press. But when they score and we're forced to bring the ball up against a set defense, I feel like we've rushed a few possessions, just taking a couple of shots that maybe were forced. And again, when you're down 6 or 7 and you're not used to that feeling, that can be the tendency, is to someone to try to step up as a leader and force things to go your way. So, this is good territory for us. We've responded to this situation a couple times this year already, and I look forward to watching the girls do that here tonight.
First half stats for you, brought to you by Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray with Eye Care Associates of Parsons. For Labette County, 6 different Lady Grizzlies scored the basketball in that first half. It was Amory Baker and Aubrey Boss leading the way with 4. Maddie Bevins with 3, Landry O'Brien with 3, Jaden Davis with 3, and Kinsley Boss with 2. For Fort Scott, it was Brown with 7, all in the first quarter, Yarrick with 6 off the bench, Comstock with 5, Rogers with 3, Cowan with 2, McElroy with 2, and Wheeler with 1. At the end of the first quarter, it was Fort Scott 17, Labette County 12. And in the second quarter, Labette County was held to 7, but in turn held Fort Scott to 9, giving you your halftime score 26-19 Fort Scott. This has been the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Back in 30 seconds with the second half. Lady Grizzlies with the basketball, and Landry O'Brien with a pull-up jumper gets her first field goal of the game to fall. That's a good sign.
Well, yeah, that's a good start. Let's see if we can't cause some disruption here, and we do. Jaden Davis with the steal. Now let's be smart with it here.
Labette County 21, Fort Scott 26. Landry O'Brien with 5 points on the game. Her first bucket from the field was made on the last possession. Davis calls for it, up and under, misses. Comstock on the board for Fort Scott.
I'm okay with that. You know, she got up inside of her and almost got it over the back. So I'm good with that possession right there.
Brown throws off to McElroy. Now deep corner. Rogers blocked by Aubrey Boss. Fort Scott will throw in under their own rim.
That was a good quick jump to the ball by Boss.
On the floor for Labette County, Bevins, O'Brien, Carnahan, Boss, Aubrey Boss, and Jaden Davis. 7 minutes, third quarter. Fort Scott by 5. Ball on the deck. Long possession here. Ends in an air ball for McElroy. She dribbled quite a bit there.
Yeah, I don't see that very often. She dribbled all the way through that just kind of by herself and then took the shot. Yeah, head scratcher.
O'Brien leans and is fouled, and 2 free throws, I think, for Landry O'Brien, who was busy from the line, went 3 for 6 from the free throw line in the first half.
Yeah, and again, that's good too. Another foul on them and a chance to maybe pick up a couple of points here at the free throw line.
That's the second on Allie Brown as she talks down here with the coaching staff. First free throw good for Landry O'Brien.
Yeah, I'd like to see Landry take it to her 2 or 3 more times right off the bat, maybe get one more foul.
Second free throw missed by Landry, but Millie soars in and flips it to Aubrey. Jaden, a tough running hook, misses. Rebound Fort Scott, and a jump ball forced by Maddie Bevins.
Is he calling a jump?
I thought so.
I did too, but one ref.
Did one ref signal?
Has to be a jump ball. One pointed the other way as if we fouled.
As the refs are talking about it at the free throw line on the left side of the floor as we view the hardwood. 6:40 left in the third quarter. Fort Scott 26, Labette County 22.
Might be talking about possession, the arrow, because we got it at the half. There's no way they would discuss whether or not that was a foul or a jump ball for this length of time.
Right. Refs seem to have made a conclusion. Referee explains to Fort Scott's coach what the end agreement was.
He called a push.
Still waiting. As coach steps through his hands in the air, was it a technical foul?
I have no clue.
Yes, dead ball technical on Fort Scott, and Landry O'Brien's going to shoot 2 free throws. I have no idea, but that is the call.
I have to say, at this point, I'm with Coach Steps, meaning I just simply didn't see anything flagrant, but, you know, let's play on here. The ref did, or maybe he heard it.
Can't quite read the conversation between the refs and the assistants Floyd and Duffy down there for Fort Scott. Landry missed the first and missed the second. Really struggled from the line tonight. It is 10 times harder to shoot technical free throws than free throws where your teammates and the opponent are lined up on the lane.
I know. That's where you have to just go into your zone, go through your routine, and just, you know, try to get lost in that process.
26-22. Labette County couldn't capitalize, at least on the Landry free throws after the dead ball technical. O'Brien has it. Labette County gets the ball because it was a technical foul. That's the rule. Carnahan in the corner, back to Bevins, left wing, three-pointer, missed. Rebound is a 50-50, squirted out by Carnahan. I think it's Fort Scott ball. It is.
Yeah. Well, Bevins had a pretty good look. She's a good shooter. I think Coach Ballmer's okay with that possession, so we just have to continue to defend and chip away here.
Fort Scott daring our wings to shoot the ball from beyond the arc. It appears like, anyways. Timeout Fort Scott as they were in some trouble across half court. Labette County needs to rally and go on a home court run and force a negative Coach Steps timeout. So 26-22 Fort Scott, just a couple minutes into the second half. 30-second break on KLKC. Labette County playing defense here. Fort Scott scores on the backside. J.C. Rogers with the bucket. She's up to 5 points.
Yeah, for the life of me, I don't understand that. We don't do that very often. That was a complete blown assignment, wide open.
And Labette County turns it over on that side of the floor. Not a whole lot has felt right this game. Here's Comstock up ahead. Missed it, though. Bevins rebound. That would have given Fort Scott an 8-point lead if she got it to go.
Well, we dodged a bullet there. I'll tell you what. You know, we work and work and work and get a couple of possessions. O'Brien has a turnover here by carrying the ball, but then we're giving them some easy just shots to bring this score back up. And something real quick, I'm hoping that we're wearing this team down a little bit in the second half. It seems like, you know, we've got 8, 9, 10 kids to rotate in, and I'm seeing 6, 7, 8 probably on their side. So
Fort Scott keyed the ball in, and right when Brown caught it, there was a whistle and stoppage of play. Referees talking yet again. Labette County's defense has done well through the first 2.5 minutes of the second half, holding Fort Scott to just 2 points, but offensively we only have 3. The meeting of the referees did not seem to change much. Fort Scott has it. Brown throws a strong pass that goes out of the hands of Cowan, and it's out of bounds off of her, and Labette County's going to get it.
Yeah, we'll take that. We need all those we can get.
28-22, Lady Tigers in front. Amory Baker back in the contest. Landry right wing, deep corner Boss. Looks inside, not a lot. Baker, right elbow, pressured from the back. Carnahan, left wing. Aubrey wants a 3, missed everything. Davis fights for it and loses it. I'll say it one more time. Daring us to shoot the ball from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and, you know, until we start hitting a few of those, they're going to continue to do just that. So I'm not suggesting we have to just throw up threes all the time, but it always helps to soften that up by making a couple if you can.
Millie Carnahan with a full court steal, swooped into the passing lane. Davis, Jaden, floater, misses, ball on the deck, fought for, 50-50, and another jump ball goes to Fort Scott. It seems like they've gotten every possession arrow.
Sometimes it does feel that way.
Even though I know that's not true.
Jaden making a good drive there, kind of a difficult shot, kind of falling to the basket, but good effort nonetheless.
4:45 third quarter. Each team combining for just 5 second quarter points. Labette County nearly gets another steal, and they do, or at least a turnover. They force Fort Scott to step out of bounds. The vibe and the feel is like we're down 12, but we're only down 6.
Yeah, and we're starting to cause some trouble getting the ball up the floor, but we're going to have to capitalize off that some so we can kind of start applying the pressure. What do we have, an offensive foul here?
A couple of those have been called tonight. Landry was driving hard along the baseline and evidently forced herself into the defender too much for the referee's liking, and he got Landry for her second personal. Just our first foul of the second half, though. Brown hits the deck. Carnahan forces a jump that's going to go to Labette County. Millie Carnahan forces a jump. Labette County gets it back here. .430 left in the third quarter. Fort Scott 28, Labette County 22. A makeup game here on a Thursday night in Altamont. Probably a few teams from around the league tuned into ours or Fort Scott's broadcast. O'Brien given room, pulls the trigger deep, missed it. Rebound tip 2 times, goes to Davis. 42 in white, turns and whips back to our senior leader, O'Brien. Drives, pulls up, no whistle, and it's fought for and out of bounds off of Landry. Fort Scott's going to get it.
Yeah, another good penetration. Comstock just kind of owns that in there. She's so long. So just keep this defensive pressure up. We just have to have the ball fall a couple times for us.
Fort Scott moves the ball well, breaks the timeline and the press. Ball right below us as we sit risen above the court. Yarick underneath, near travel, bobbled it. Teammates there, buckets there for Rogers.
Yeah, just too easy. I mean, we're hustling. I don't mean that. We're just out of position, and we work down here on our end, and then we just give them a chip shot.
Davis, little floater to answer. Too strong. Comstock with the board. Fort Scott up 8. Boss bats it out to assistant coach Heather Wilson of Labette County. And a couple subs here for Labette County. Anna Cantrell for Millie Carnahan. And Madison Bevins in for Jaden Davis.
Yeah, and I can tell by just reading body language, Fort Scott's a little bit gassed. So if we can just keep the pressure up and hopefully start getting we need one of those little runs, one of our signature runs of 6 points here.
Labette County down 8 with 3:40 left in the third quarter. Fort Scott moves left to right. They have 3 or 4 good ball handlers, and a body bump foul goes on Aubrey Boss. And that will tag us for our second team foul and Aubrey's first. Nobody in foul trouble for either team. Allie Brown and Comstock, or I should just say Fort Scott as a whole, as they've had other contributing factors for sure, but they've come in here and handled everything really well.
Yeah, so far they've played a really good game. It's seems like they got a good game plan. What, we have a foul here?
Yeah, that's Landry's third.
That's 3.
One of the more softer fouls of tonight. Not saying it wasn't, just one of the more soft ones. And Landry's going to have a seat. Kinsley Boss checks in for her.
Saw the Fort Scott players smiling and clapping, not being disrespectful, just saying they know Landry's such a good player.
3-pointer airballed for Fort Scott, as Cantrell didn't need to go for that, but she risked it anyways, and it was out of bounds off of Yarick regardless, so Labette County will have the ball. Down by 8, 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Cowan checks in place of McElroy. Fort Scott's got 8 really good players. That's how many he's played tonight.
Yeah, they don't. I haven't picked up on any of them being just like a whole. So, you know, like someone you want to get the ball. They all know how to play.
Labette County numbers here. Baker pulls up a deep 2, missed it. Rebound goes to Aubrey Boss somehow, and Labette County keeps offensively down 8. Kinsley, head of steam, floater blocked. There's Baker working, fouled, or is it a jump? It's a jump. Gonna go to Fort Scott.
Baker worked so hard to get that rebound position, and once again on the jump ball, it goes to Fort Scott. I think that's 7 in a row. Or so it feels.
Allie Brown dribbles with her head up, throws an interception, and a subsequent foul on the Lady Tigers as Kinsley Boss, the interceptor, was hit from behind. Labette County still with only 3 third-quarter points, and those are coming from somebody sitting on the bench with 3 fouls, Landry O'Brien.
Yeah, Fort Scott continues just to make us work so hard for any shot or any basket, or certainly a rebound and a putback. So We just have to stay with it. I don't know what else to do.
Carnahan, trigger 3, air balls, we'll call it a pass. Aubrey Boss collects and finishes.
Now we go. We have to. This is how we kind of skirmish and beat people.
Only down 6. 2:15 left. A steal by Aubrey. Tracks it down in time before going out. Finds Cantrell. Anna pushes pace. Surveys. Looks to go left. Finds Boss right there. Defended by Brown. Dribbles to the heart of the floor. Back to Carnahan left side. Millie struggled with shooting tonight but has played well aside from the firing. Cantrell with it again. Labette County searching. O'Brien on the bench. Baker faces the rim. Drives. Pulls up and hits.
Yeah. That's her move right there. That's her best shot when she takes a second, dribbles, steps, dribbles, shoots. Really well done there.
Not sure why there was a whistle and stoppage of play right there, but 2 subs are coming in for Fort Scott. Allie Brown checks out alongside Rogers, and into the game comes McElroy and Clark.
I really feel like this is the best rotation for us to rack some points here.
Labette County only down 4. Cantrell gets in the passing lane, but goes to Comstock, who's fouled. That'll be Labette County's 4th team foul. 1 more, and Fort Scott shoots free throws for the rest of the third quarter. That's the 2nd on Anna, and there's 90 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's a good effort there. We had that ball too, so just didn't go our way.
Just a 4-point game here. 2 of the better teams in the league. It's been Labette County, Fort Scott, and Coffeyville without question. Cowan with the basketball, throws to the corner. There's Kinsley, a deep three's gonna go. Wow, did not see that coming from Clark, but she hits it.
Yeah, I didn't either. I wasn't even sure if she was shooting it, to be honest with you, at first.
Labette County back down 7. Can they respond from Clark's corner 3? Millie right side. Doesn't dribble, reverses it to Boss, dribbles a few times and reverses it to Cantrell. Back to Aubrey, good move, to the cup, right hand missed. Baker's there, goes up and is fouled, and Amory will shoot a couple.
Yeah, that was such a good move there by Boss. I almost think someone got something on that for her to miss that high, and then Baker again, right where she needs to be.
What a 3 by Lorelei Clark. Came off the bench for Coach Steps, hasn't played a lot tonight, and buries a 3 to stop a run and take it back to a 7-point lead for Fort Scott. Baker misses her first free throw as she has hit 3 big shots for us tonight. She has 6 points. Jaden Davis back in. Amory's second is up and missed as well.
Been nice to make that. We could have set up our press, so a lot of things happen off a made basket.
Travel called here on Cowan. I knew it was going to be that or a foul, and they get her for a walk. Labette County snatches the ball back. In comes Landry O'Brien with 3 personal fouls, playing some offense. A lot of our scouting report revolves around stopping Landry, or our opponents.
Sure. Yes, for sure.
O'Brien, little rise and fire, missed it strong. Rebound underneath goes to Davis, who's in the game, harassed, finds Amory from about 7. Carnahan, shot clock is off. Labette County down 7 with it. Baker underneath, she'll fire, has it blocked, no, fouled. Coach Steps doesn't agree with that whistle, but it'll be 2 free throws for Amory Baker again with 20 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's what you do. You take it to the best player. You just go at him. And, I think we've got a call there, but that's going to happen.
Baker misses her first of this pair, flares a little bit of frustration, shakes her head and gets ready for the second. Speaking of second, that's the second personal foul on Comstock. Amory's second is missed as well. Rebound, Rogers, and was that a foul on Labette County there?
Over the back on Boss, yep.
So 2 free throws as everybody waltzes the other way. That's Aubrey's second.
Just a twinge of frustration I'm seeing here by the Grizzlies. We just need to take a deep breath, be sure we screen out on this next free throw, get the ball in, and just take it one possession at a time.
Rogers makes the first free throw. Labette County 5 for 18 from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah. Don't have to say much about that.
Rogers makes her second. Fort Scott 7 for 10 from the line. Labette County down 9 after cutting it to 4. 10 seconds, third quarter. Landry drives the baseline underneath the hoop. Carnahan with room. Layup, good. 3 seconds on the clock. That's Millie's first bucket of the game. Fort Scott doesn't get a shot off. And at the end of 3, it's Fort Scott 35, Labette County 28. The third quarter was a tie. 9 points from either squad. Back in 1 minute with the fourth and final quarter from Altamont.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the four-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
35-28 Fort Scott Lady Tigers in front of your Labette County Grizzlies. Here in a big matchup, Labette County 12-1 on the year, Fort Scott 10-3. Fort Scott, I believe, let me check before I say that, their SEK record. Labette County undefeated in the SEK league, and Fort Scott with just one loss in the league at Coffeyville. Landry O'Brien wants a deep right wing three and missed it. Rebound Kinsley Boss though. Labette County down 7. Here's Aubrey Boss, the Boss twins, looking to get going here. Kinsley drives, has it stripped by Clark, picked up by her teammate Yarick. Ball on the deck, and she'll forward it up ahead. Or I'm sorry, that's McElroy. Labette County somehow avoiding a foul and gets a steal right in front of the Fort Scott bench.
Yeah.
Another turnover here. Ball on the deck, picked up again by Labette County though. Landry, deep three, don't like it. Air ball, not a great shot there. That was not a great sequence.
Yeah, we feel a little bit harried here, a little bit just out of sync. I appreciate the effort, but yeah, that certainly wasn't very good at all there.
Brown, nobody stops her, and then a swat foul on Jaden Davis. Haven't been too many moments where I've seen this team kind of not sure, or maybe not sure what to do, but a little rattled.
Yeah, that's a
They've
good word
affected
for it.
us. They've affected us. We haven't really seen that, not even against Silver Lake or Coffeyville.
Yeah, they never so far have not allowed that run that we're so used to getting.
Curious to see if it stays like this. That could be over and back. It is. Turnover Fort Scott. Curious to see if this 7-point lead stays like that or even more down to about the 3-minute mark to really see how we respond. I don't want that to happen, but there's part of me that's curious how we respond. Kinsley Boss misses a hook shot, rebound Fort Scott.
Yeah, that was at least a better look. It didn't go in, but I like the look.
Layup heaved and missed, but how about the rebound and the bucket plus the foul right after that? It was missed by McElroy, and the putback plus the foul goes down for, I think that's Yarick or Rogers. That's Rogers.
Yeah, that, have to credit Rogers on that one. She just really got after it and got gritty and got that rebound. So that's what it's going to take on our end to close this game out and win.
And one free throw goes in for Rogers.
Boy, the free throws have been a major difference, too, between us and them.
Fort Scott and Coffeyville each have one SEK loss. Labette County undefeated. Labette County falls tonight. That's 3 teams tied in first in the SEK. Labette County down 10. Kinsley Boss floater goes home.
Needed that. That was another good inside look. Let's see if we can't cause something here on the press.
An 8-point Fort Scott lead with 6:20 left. Labette County swipes, doesn't get the ball. Comstock trapped by O'Brien and Boss, throws out of it. Brown calls for the ball and collects it. Doesn't shoot the three, defended by Landry. They go inside. Comstock, little hook shot left hand, misses. Rebound goes to Fort Scott and a foul on Amory Baker. And 2 free throws here for Fort Scott again.
Yeah, I mean, we're working. I'm watching this happen. And no one was being lazy. The ball just came off hot off that shot. It just fell in their hands.
Rogers' first free throw is good. And she's quietly played well. She by far leads her team in scoring.
Yeah.
She has 13 points, looking for 14 right here.
I bet they're shooting 70 or 80% from the line, which is,
yes,
there's another one.
Labette County 5 for 18 from the free throw line by my count. Labette County back down 10, blocking foul on Fort Scott. As I did not realize that, Labette County has racked up 3 personal fouls in the first 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. That was the first on the Tigers this fourth stanza and the first on Clark.
Well, we're in that position, fourth quarter down 10, this urgency's taken over, so there's going to be some picky fouls or some scrappy fouls.
O'Brien well beyond the arc, kick starts a drive, floater, misses, rebound tipped twice, goes back to Landry somehow. Labette County down 10, 5:40 to play. Landry fouled across the arms on a left-hand drive, and that's 2 team fouls on Fort Scott, and they are going to get Clark with her second back-to-back.
Yeah, Fort Scott continues to make us hold the ball out top and try to drive and get a contested shot inside. If not, they're forcing us to shoot the 20, 25-footer.
Ball goes in. Labette County desperate for points. Millie works it. Bevins fakes a 3, drives, kick out Landry, and 3 seconds in the lane on Labette County. Turnover, Grizzlies.
Yeah, that's another 20, 30-second possession turnover, and Fort Scott's ball. So
Fort Scott has it. They've lost 2 of their last 3 games, coming off of a big win against the Lady Bulldogs of Independence. Fort Scott, this would be a big one on the road if they get it, but here's a steal by Landry. Hitting the deck is Cowan. O'Brien right to left. Good move. Right hand layup. Good. A whistle and a flop or flop warning on Fort Scott. What are they going to call? I think a flop warning. Big play, though, because that at least felt like it was a bit fireworky, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and the crowd kind of trying to get behind it. We're wanting to spark a run here. We just haven't been able to string together more than one. That's double dribble.
It looked like a double dribble on Comstock. Maybe not. Landry pokes it out, and Fort Scott has it on their side of the floor. Labette County's led twice by 1 point, I think, but Fort Scott's responded really well each time.
Yeah, they sure have. And right now we're down 8 with 5 minutes left, so if we can got a steal there by Carnahan. If we can just look at it this way, just try to get it to 5 or 4 with 3 minutes left, just chip away at it.
Millie drives, throws one up and scores. And Coach Ballmer wants a 60-second timeout. Labette County cuts it to 6. Millie with 4 second half points. 40-34, Fort Scott in front. We'll be back in 30 seconds from Altamont.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we're
alongside my father Jack Leake and Isaiah Kuhn on the KLKC Sports YouTube live stream. It's been a game where Fort Scott has played well for about every minute of it, really handled everything well. Labette County's presence, the fans' presence, really well-coached teams right here below us.
Yep, for sure. I mean, this is a good, fun game, and here comes the football pass.
It's going to land in the hands of the Tiger, Cowan, but she misses it.
Ooh.
And then Fort Scott pokes out the rebound. I didn't see it. Did it look like Millie touched it maybe?
She was on the inside, but maybe someone came through her and forced that out, so we'll take that.
Not a bad idea from Coach Steps to just throw all the way over the press and try to get a home run ball. But Labette County's got it back, only down by 6. Landry, bad pass again across the paint, intercepted by Comstock. Fort Scott with it. Brown, the captain of the Tigers ship, and a foul on this side of half court on Landry. Her 4th personal foul. I'm going to guess that they're going to go right at number 23 here.
Well, I mean, yeah, no doubt. Again, these turnovers are something that are haunting us a little bit, so we need Landry out there. So she needs to play intensely. Oh, got a turnover. Boy, that was a gift. Fort Scott, someone stepped on the line, I believe, before they caught it, so Labette County ball. That's a nice break.
Certainly was. Fort Scott's avoided a lot of those tonight, and those are things we feed off of. Fort Scott been in a 2-3 zone about all night, dared us to shoot it from beyond the arc. O'Brien flips it out to Carnahan, who drives a floater, blocked and then picked up by Comstock. Her 6-foot-tall presence has hurt us.
Yeah, it sure has. She's just really controlled all the shots within about 8 foot. So we'll have a foul here on Aubrey Boss.
That's huge.
Yeah.
5th team foul on Labette County with over 4 minutes to play, and the 4th personal foul on Aubrey Boss.
Especially if they keep shooting their free throws like they have so far.
Comstock's first is a miss. Labette County 5 for 18 from the free throw line tonight.
You know, sometimes you have those nights. We're a good free throw shooting team. It's just funny how sometimes it comes along that way.
Fort Scott 11 for 15 as Comstock splits that pair. Tigers 41, Grizzlies 34 in the women's match. These two teams in the top 5 in the 4A sub-state bracket. Jaden Davis, a deep 2, misses. Millie crashes and collects. A jump ball's going to be the call. Bet you 100 it is. And it's going to go to Fort Scott. Again.
I have to compliment Millie. She saw that, hustled down there, got inside position, and at least scrapped for the rebound. So that's the effort we're going to have for the next 4 minutes and 4 seconds.
A reminder that it is Little League night here in Harrison, so at halftime we'll have Isaiah put the iPad on center court, and you can see all the little basketball players out there. Landry with the steal. That should have been an and one, but Landry got the bucket to go. It's a 5-point Fort Scott lead. Let's see how Fort Scott responds here. Comstock left to right, gets across half court, sheds off Brown, didn't shoot the 3. The passivity can hurt you. I have no idea if that's a word, but you know what I meant.
Yeah.
The second you pull back, I feel like you kind of hurt yourself.
Well,
ball goes in, turnover Fort Scott.
They're at that point in the game when they're trying to milk the clock, and it changes your rhythm and your flow, and it's just nuts. It's like playing prevent defense in football. It's crazy.
Carnahan at the top, swings it. Cantrell left wing. Landry fades, fires, hits the rim twice, misses. Rebound to Brown. Fort Scott with it. Very slow to get up is Claire McElroy, and now trots her way across the black half-court line. Brown slows things down. Fort Scott in red jerseys, Labette County in white. Good atmosphere, ball tipped. Good eyes by Millie. Picks it away out of the oxygen. Right to left goes Labette County, forwarding it. Bevins in the corner. Overhead pass, Landry drives, looks to swim, looks to score, missed it. Rebound Fort Scott, and Landry's fouled out of the game.
Well, and I think Comstock got a finger on that floater shot too by Landry. Was kind of so
she blocked it.
I have to, you know. Landry went down fighting.
Landry finishes tonight with 10 points, 7 of them in this half. That sends Comstock to the line right in front of us on the right end of the floor. Comstock's first free throw is good. She's really impressed me tonight.
Yeah, she's been a great player for years there, so I'm not surprised she's playing a good game tonight.
She makes both free throws, and Coach Steps wants a full timeout. Labette County down 43-36 with 2:48 left, still plenty of time, and Labette County will have the ball, but they'll be without their leading scorer, Landry O'Brien. We'll keep it here and thank O'Brien Ready Mix and Vollmer Cement Finishing, as well as Bowen Pharmacy that sponsors our upcoming postgame show. Another big thank you to Labette Health, Labette Community College, USD 506, the corner store of Altamont, Olson Ace Hardware, SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier and Meister, as well as Tank Connection and Eye Care Associates. Labette County 36, Fort Scott 43. And you've mentioned it, and I'll allude. The free throw disparity, I feel like, has been even, but Labette County's missed them and Fort Scott's made them. But there's still a large part of me that does not feel like that's necessarily determined our success and or defeat. I feel like Fort Scott has just been kind of this calm rock, and Labette County in phases has been rattled by it.
Yeah, so far this game feels like the fact that Fort Scott's up 7, I felt that this whole game.
Correct.
And that's not the case normally for our kids. So let's get something rolling here and get 2 or 3 in a row. Get this game tied up.
Again, Landry O'Brien fouled out of the game. Reminds us of Burlington when she fouled out and we hung on to win. Cantrell for 3, missed it short. Aubrey Boss gets the rebound and scores. What a big play by AB. Timeout, Coach Vollmer. Labette County cuts it to 5. We needed that badly from Aubrey Boss, who has 8 points. We're going to go ahead and step aside for 30 seconds on KLKC.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning, with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
Labette County 38, Fort Scott 43. Here with 2:30 left in the game in Altamont, Kansas. Fort Scott to key it in after Aubrey Boss just made a floater. Fort Scott has to work left to right. Labette County's defense doing well here. Brown loses it, triple teamed and fouled. Hit kind of hard by Carnahan, good call. I think it's on Millie, and 2 free throws for Brown. They're actually going to get Kinsley Boss here. Her second.
Well, this is where you need Fort Scott to at least miss 1. That would be a bit of a win. Missing 2 would be a real win for this possession.
Brown swishes the first free throw. They've been tremendous from that black stripe that runs north to south here in the gym. It's called the free throw line. Fort Scott, Brown, her second, is up and short. Rebound, tipped, goes to Fort Scott, and a foul on Cantrell. 2 free throws for Rogers. Kinsley didn't have her hands quite ready to catch it as the ball went higher than she thought it was going to.
Yeah, sometimes a shot can come off so quick or so crazy. Gosh, that's just unfortunate.
Those are huge, huge daggers that make it so hard to overcome a deficit. First free throw goes down for Rogers. It's back to 7, goodness, for Fort Scott with 2:20 left. Keely Good checks in for Anna Cantrell.
And here we go again. We better screen out. We have to get this rebound.
Rogers' second is a swish. He's only missed 1 free throw tonight and has shot 9 of them. Carnahan dribbles into the heart of McElroy and draws a foul. That's Fort Scott's 3rd only as a team this 4th period. Carnahan throws it into Good. Keeley crosses half court. These are Good's first minutes tonight. Landry on the bench with 5 personal fouls. Keeley, right wing with the basketball. Dribbles, spins, looks for a friend, finds Aubrey, given room from deep, missed everything except the backboard, and a jump ball will keep it with Labette County down by 8 with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to take what they're giving us right now. That's it. So, you know, we need a shot or two to go down for us, and you know, that's all we can do.
Kinsley, a floater, goes down. Boss really good at getting downhill.
Sure enough, we need a steal here.
Labette County just kind of swiping at the ball here. A right-hand layup goes in for McElroy. Right-hand swerving layup, and it's an 8-point Fort Scott lead with 1:40 left. Foul on Fort Scott. That's just their 4th as a team. So 1 more until Labette County is shooting free throws.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty safe to say we need to score probably pretty much on each possession here.
Ball is thrown into Millie Carnahan. Picked her dribble up, throws to Aubrey Boss. This is where I'd like to see Millie want the ball. Carnahan in the corner. Aubrey Boss holds it. Labette County's got to move pretty quick. Kinsley looks to get downhill. Little floater misses. There's Millie. Ball picked up by Carnahan and draws a foul. Good job from Carnahan there. And that's the 5th as a team on Fort Scott, and she's going to shoot 2 here.
That sure was. I've been real impressed with her defensively. I mean, she's not the tallest one on the floor, but she gets out there and finds position and really bangs around in the paint to get rebounds, and that's huge.
First free throw for Carnahan is a miss. Carnahan's going to check in for Keeley Good. Labette County has shot free throws very poorly tonight. Carnahan's 2nd free throw. 2 dribbles in a quiet gym, fires and misses. Rebound Fort Scott. Labette County down 8, trying to play defense here. Brown in the right spot at the right time. Dribbles off her foot. Turnover Fort Scott. Just wishing it was a little closer than 8.
Well, we have to get the ball in, and someone's got to take it to the hoop. We're to that point. Someone's going to have to step up and say, give me the ball, and either just drive in and then crash the boards. When someone goes, we just have to go everyone in.
Millie throws a one-hand pass to Davis. Little swim move that misses, and rebound Fort Scott, and a foul on Jaden, and 2 free throws on this end for Fort Scott.
Yeah, Jaden had kind of a decent look. I mean, it was kind of tough because she was twisting. But, yeah, gosh, that would have been big for us.
At the line for Fort Scott is Yarick, shooting 2. Her first free throw is off the heel. After that miss from Yarick, that makes Fort Scott 11 for 13 from the line in just the second half.
Really need to screen out here. This game's still winnable. We just can't do anything wrong.
A long miss is going to go to Fort Scott.
It's going to be tough.
Yep, Labette County really looking down the barrel of a loss here at home to Fort Scott and suffer their first SEK loss of the season. Labette County working hard defensively. Aubrey Boss not giving up. Brown with the basketball, defended by Keeley Good. Labette County still working, and a foul here on purpose. 2 more free throws for Yarick here in a moment.
Yeah, for sure. And I honestly think we should have fouled 10 or 12 seconds ago. And it's our only prayers to get them to the line and hope they miss.
Yarick's first free throw is a swish. Should Labette County go on to lose, it would be Coffeyville, Fort Scott, Labette County, all tied at 1 loss in the SEK. Second free throw misses. Rebound Fort Scott yet again. And Labette County still working defensively, down 9, 45 seconds left. A foul on Maddie Bevins, and that'll send Allie Brown to the line.
Yes.
Kind of the first time all year for 4 quarters where we've been handled pretty well.
Yeah, or at least kept at arm's length, it feels like. And some of these rebounds on these late free throws are frustrating for us. So
Fort Scott has only made 4 two-point field goals in the second half, but have made buckets of free throws. Timeout on the floor. Labette County down 10 with just 45 seconds left at home. Back in 1 minute after the full timeout. Welcome back, Grizzly fans, to Altamont, Kansas, where Labette County trails Fort Scott by 10 points with 45 seconds left. And Allie Brown just made it an 11-point deficit for the Grizzlies. She did a great job tonight for her team. Scored 7 points in the first quarter and only scored a few free throws in this quarter. That was it after the first period. It was a good team effort from Fort Scott tonight. Aubrey Boss, a little floater, goes off the glass, and Coach Vollmer calls a quick timeout. Labette County down by 9 with 30 seconds left. Let's take 30 seconds one last time on KLKC.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
Fort Scott Lady Tigers lead the Lady Grizzlies by 9 with 33 seconds left. Fort Scott to throw the ball in. They throw to Brown, who gets set to heave one that's caught by McElroy like a quarterback to a receiver. And Labette County's got a foul. They do. McElroy will shoot 2 with 28 seconds left.
Yeah, have to, give credit where it's due here. Fort Scott's been composed all night. And, just played a good game.
I've been really impressed with them. I mean, nobody, at least as far as Grizzly Nation is concerned, had really an idea as to how good or down or great Fort Scott was this year. I had no idea. And I've been very impressed with this team.
Yeah, I mean, they're a nice team, and we say that because we're a really good team, and looks like Fort Scott's going to hold on to win this by 10 points or so. So
McElroy makes both, and Labette County's got it down 11 with 20 seconds left. Aubrey Boss drives, right-hand shot off the glass will fall. Boss twins are so good at that.
My goodness, yes. Wow, there's been several inside like that. So, continue to fight like expected. We'll play till the buzzer sounds, and irregardless how this ends up, we'll be back tomorrow night at Independence and play a good game there too.
Timeout Coach Vollmer after the make. The Boss twins have combined for 18 points, 12 from Aubrey, 6 from Kinsley. And that's who has been where Labette County has gone after Landry O'Brien fouled out some time ago in the fourth quarter. And as Dad mentioned, Labette County will play for the third time this week and the fourth time in the last 7 days as they play at Independence tomorrow, which, they're a team coming off of a win against Wichita, the Independent, that is always scary to play on their home floor. Lady Bulldogs have won 4 of their last 7 games and have really righted the ship after a 1-6 start. So wouldn't certainly sleep on the Lady Bulldogs, and I know Coach Vollmer won't at all. Long pass for Fort Scott's going to be tracked down by the cross-country star Anna Cantrell, and it's thrown off the head of Yarick, literally, and Labette County will have it down 9 with 12 seconds left.
Yeah, another good job just by getting the ball in play, so just kind of air it out. And so
ball's thrown into Aubrey Boss, now to Kinsley, down to 8 seconds. Kinsley looks to get to the cup, right-hand layups missed. Rebound fought for, and Comstock has it, throws it to Bevins, and Labette County doesn't get a shot up, and that is a really impressive win for Fort Scott. Lady Tigers 53, Lady Grizzlies 44. We'll see how Labette County bounces back. That's the good thing about basketball. Usually a quick turnaround and a chance to get back on your feet as they play in under 24 hours.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive when you come into Harrison and knock our girls off like that. So, because like I said, we're a really good team. We play well here. The fan base always pulls us through. So, you know, that just a well-played ball game there by Fort Scott. Congratulations on that.
It's Little League night. As Isaiah, if you could keep the camera kind of on the Little League events tonight, that would be great for some of the parents or grandparents, everybody back home, as the Little League teams in the district basketball are going to run through a tunnel of the Grizzly men and women's teams, dance squad and cheer squad. So we are going to step aside on the radio for about a 3-minute break, and we'll come back with the Bowen Pharmacy post-game show. 44-53, Lady Grizzlies fall here at home. Welcome into the Bowen Pharmacy post-game show of Labette County Lady Grizzly basketball. Jack Leak the third alongside my father, Jack Leak, on the call, and Isaiah Kuhn on the KLKC Sports YouTube live stream. Fort Scott really kind of handled this all 4 quarters and never allowed a Grizzly home court run. I thought they schemed really well, and sure, maybe we didn't play our best game, needless to say, but to be honest, I credit Fort Scott for a good portion of that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they just didn't make very many mistakes at all. That's kind of, to me, that just shows a good program, a good culture, like we have. Well-coached team, Fort Scott has, again, like we have. So got us in a little bit of a frustrating situation as the game went along. We, as you mentioned, we never really got that signature run of 2 to 3 things going our way, just bam, 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 and that always just leads to good loose play and some momentum. So yeah, and then I think a lot of that fed into our free throws. I think sometimes you get kind of in that mentality of an uncomfortable situation, it can bleed over into some other parts of the game. So, hey, got a great season going here. I look for us to get a good win tomorrow night, get right back on our feet, and take care of business for the next couple of weeks before Sub-State.
Leading the way tonight for Labette County as far as scoring was Aubrey Boss with 12 points. Landry O'Brien with 10 points. She fouled out of the game with maybe 4 minutes to play. Landry had 10. Kinsley Boss and Amory Baker each had 6. Millie Carnahan had 4. Maddie Bevins and Jaden Davis each had 3. For Fort Scott, a lot of different scores tonight, but the main 2 were Rogers with 16 and Allie Brown with 10. Comstock had 8, only 1 2-point bucket from Comstock. The rest came from the free throw line. McElroy had 6, Yarrick had 7, Clark had 3, Cowan had 2, and Wheeler had 1. At halftime, it was 19 Labette County, 26 Fort Scott, and the 2 teams each scored 9 points in the second quarter, and Fort Scott outscored Labette County 18-16, with 14 of Fort Scott's 18 coming from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. Whereas Labette County in the second half went 1 for 10 from the free throw line. Again, your final score, Labette County 44, Fort Scott 53, and that makes Fort Scott, Coffeyville, and Labette County all tied at 1 loss each atop the SEK League standings. Labette County does turn around and play in about 22 hours at Independence, Kansas, as the Lady Bulldogs have gotten this week off so far. Or no, I'm sorry. I was thinking of Fort Scott. Independence played on Tuesday and beat Wichita, the Independent. And as mentioned, we will travel there to Independence and play tomorrow night. Independence always kind of a scary team to play on their home court, but I can only imagine the challenging, encouraging talk that our team is getting in the locker room from Coach Vollmer right now.
Yeah, I think so too. And our girls have high expectations for themselves. Trust me, they're probably beating themselves up a little bit here. They shouldn't necessarily, but they're their own worst critic. And they'll be frustrated. They're so competitive and so used to winning ball games. But hopefully they can shake that off, go home, rest up. Honestly, our school, like I'm sure Fort Scott and Independence, is battling every kind of sickness on earth. It's just been kind of a long stretch here this last 6 weeks getting through winter. So we just need to rest up and just put this behind us as best you can and bury it by winning a ball game tomorrow.
This has been the the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show of Labette County Lady Grizzly basketball. Whenever Coach Vollmer comes up, we'll look to have a chat with her. But until then, let's go ahead and step aside for 2 minutes and come back with the boys' pregame show.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the four-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Thank you very much, Amanda. Appreciate that. Tank Connection pregame show now for the boys. Again, it's Labette County, and it is Fort Scott. Two teams that are toward the bottom quarter of the 4A East Substate rankings. In fact, Fort Scott just 2-11 on the year at the bottom in 18th place. Labette County 4 spots ahead of them at 14 at 3-10 on the year. So a big game here for certain purposes. I know there's still 6 more games, I think, after tonight. But at least as of tonight is concerned, you know, if Labette County falls, then they will not have the head-to-head against Fort Scott and will fall down in the rankings 2 or 3 spots. So, you know, a game at a time, I get it, but just something to chat about, because you could look at it and say Fort Scott has 2 wins, we have 3. How on earth is this game important at all? But it could determine if one of our teams makes Substate or not. So look for Labette County to hopefully edge one out tonight. They were on a 7-game losing streak, or 8 games rather, and are looking for a win badly.
Oh, absolutely. I'd say every time this team steps on the floor, that's the mentality they have. And, you know, if they were told today that you have no prayer at being in Substate, they really wouldn't care. They play for pride. They represent our school themselves. I mean, so yeah, you'll always get 100% out of this bunch right down here in front of us. And so yeah, there's always extra incentive if you know this needs to happen or else. But I don't know. I've always been impressed with this team's next play mentality. You know, something goes wrong, they just drop it all the way and are in the moment. So I'm sure we'll see a good competitive team tonight. And I think we're down, and if you mentioned it, I'm sorry, I was looking at some stats. Nolan Nash is not here due to illness, one of our starters. So as has been the last several games, we'll just need the next man to step up and fill his role.
Absolutely. Nolan, who I feel like's played really good the last 2 games in particular. Certainly going to miss him tonight, a starter, Nolan Nash. Labette County coming off of a 69-60 loss on the road at Winfield, where they fell to the Vikings, who have the leading scorer in the divisional Class 4A. And, man, you know, I feel like Labette County had shots at trying to win that thing. Kagan Bates really played well. He had 22 points. Man, he's played good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He does it all. from rebounding to penetrating to shooting to guarding. I mean, so yeah, he for sure is kind of our leader, our floor general. You know, he just I don't know, really been impressed with him all year and just continues to step up. So, but yeah, we had ample opportunities to win that ball game. I felt like just again, here we go, some turnovers. You know, just some not blocking out and giving teams second, third, opportunities to score. A lot of those fundamental things you learned in the fourth grade still are super important here at the varsity ball game tonight.
5:45 until tip-off between Labette County and Fort Scott. Again, this is the Tank Connection pregame show of Labette County Grizzly basketball. Let's step aside for 2 minutes and come back with more pregame show action.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed and high speed.
Welcome back, Grizzly fans, to the back half of the Tank Connection pregame show here on 106.7 KLKC or KLKC Sports on YouTube. Labette County looking to stop an 8-game losing streak after starting the season 3-2, with that last win coming here at home against a team they'll play tomorrow night, Independence, 56-51. And trying to rebound from a 69-60 loss at Winfield. Meanwhile, for Fort Scott, our opponent outlook tonight, the Tigers have won 2 of their last 4 games after starting the season with X amount of losses in a row. As I'm looking at their schedule, that's 8 or 9 straight losses to start the year. But they've rebounded a little bit. You know, I saw Coach Smith of Independence this morning at the Grizzly Grind coffee shop, and he had mentioned that Fort Scott has 2 of the better guards in the SEK, and I know Dub Chipman, their senior, is one of them. As I just take a peek, as Dirks Kegler is going to be probably that other one he's referring to. So 2 good guards for Fort Scott. It's going to be a darn good 2-win team.
Oh yeah, it's probably in some ways similar to us. You know, I always tell people or whatnot, we talk about it. You know, we're a 3-win team, and I can promise you there's no, here in sub-state type thing, no team's going to want to play us. We might be whatever our seed is, someone's going to have to play us, and we can beat anybody. And so I have no doubt Fort Scott's, again, like you suggested or said, we've won 2 games, lost 11 or 12, whatever. but it's a quality team. Probably have a lot of pride, play good defense, hustle. So yeah, they're don't let that fool you. That record.
I think that's Dirks Kegler down here on the bench in street clothes. I don't see Kegler wearing a jersey or shooting shirt tonight, so maybe Kegler, he looks to be okay. I don't know, but it doesn't look like they have Kegler tonight, so I take back that previous statement. It might be one less Tiger Labette County has to kind of go against tonight, but, we're short Nolan Nash tonight in our starting lineup as well. So two teams hungry for success going at it tonight, Fort Scott and Labette County. The big American flag that suspends below from the beautiful rafters that make up Harrison Gymnasium, next to one of the few hovering scoreboards over the court in the state of Kansas here in the gym. Everybody rises to their feet. National anthem coming up here in a moment. Let's step aside for 2 minutes, and we will come back with the starters and tip-off. Starters being rattled off by Randy Blackwell, sitting below us here in Harrison Gymnasium, Fort Scott, Labette County, set to go at it. Starting tonight for Labette County, under head coach Bradley Argabright. Looks like this from top to bottom, again without Nolan Nash here tonight. Number 4, a 5'8 junior guard, Kagan Bates. Number 11, a 5'10 sophomore, Colton Weil, getting the starting nod here tonight. Number 23, a 5'10 senior, Briggs Knight. Number 24, a 6'1 junior, Barrett Heston. And number 50, a 6'3 sophomore at center, Tucker Rush. And for Fort Scott, the Tigers, head coach Brennan Feeback. Number 0, a 6-foot-tall senior, Dub Chipman. Number 11, a 6'3 junior, Kanan Brown. Number 14, a 6'3 junior, Tyler Anderson. And number 23, a 6'3 senior, Josh Wolhoff. And number 33, a 6'5 senior, Ty Marbury. Boy, Fort Scott, their lineup looks like this. 6 foot tall, 6'3", 6'3", 6'3", 6'5". So Labette County's played some lengthy teams this year. This might be one of the more tall starting fives we've faced. Starters are in for both teams. One last huddle for their respective squads. Band gets the atmosphere going here before tip-off in 30 seconds on KLKC. Ty Marbury and Barrett Heston put their red and yellow cleats, or rather shoes, up against each other at center court. Referee set to throw the pumpkin in the air to start play. And we are underway. The tip and the tap won by Marbury.
Looks like we're going to open up in a man-to-man defense here. Travel, yeah.
Yep, travel here called on Anderson, and the first possession of the game ends in a Fort Scott turnover.
That's a good start here. Let's see how the Grizzlies can do on the offensive side here.
Kagan Bates scored 22 points 2 nights ago in Winfield, Kansas, where Labette County fell 69-60. Labette County without Nolan Nash tonight. Here's Tucker Rush working inside, has a right-hand hook but doesn't take it. Weil steps out of bounds, and each team starts with a turnover.
Okay, well, I'm sitting right here. I didn't see that. I guess I missed where he stepped, but I like Tucker Rush. He got his hands on the ball, and instead of being anxious, he just pivoted, looked for the shot, and then kicked it out.
0-0 after each time has taken a bite of the apple once, and Fort Scott looks to try again. Brown with the basketball, throws it to the top. Marbury at the heart of the floor. Hands off to their starting point guard, Dub Chipman. Left wing with it, defended by Bates now, is a lengthy Anderson. Labette County in a man-to-man. Wild defends Chipman hard, forces him to pass. 2 seconds on the shot clock. They don't see it. 1 second, they don't see it. Shot clock violation.
Wow. Kagan Bates is pumped, and I have to tell you, our defense right then was good, not just because we defended well, but I noticed on several pick and rolls we would switch and help and then, recover and pick your man up. Everyone really helped out on that.
Weil catches it in a sea of red jerseys. And then Rush throws it away. Turnover Labette County here. Each team with 2 turnovers to start the game.
Yeah, and it's early, so those things happen in the first minute or two, but as things go on, we can't be doing that, giving the ball, giving them extra possessions.
6:40 first quarter, a goose egg a pop. Rush beyond the arc defends. Left wing Chipman. Chipman retreats to the volleyball line, surveys his options. He's got 4 of them. He drives and finds one left wing. Anderson for 3, dies off the rim. There's Mount Rushmore for the board. Heston, left to right, gets to the paint, touches it, rises, fires and misses. Rebound Marbury.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Barrett did such a good job of coming down and then not going in and getting the charge. He went straight up.
Little up and under, interesting flick, but it was missed by Brown. Rebound Rush.
Boy, how about Tucker being in position too? 2 good rebounds in a row.
Kagan Bates pulls the trigger from Trey. Short. There's Weil soaring and scoring.
How sneaky and slippery is he? Wow, he's quick. Colton Weil, really well played. Played good the other night too.
Weil gets the start tonight and starts us off in scoring 2-0 Labette County. 5:30 first quarter. Chipman, head of steam, avoids the charge, tried to tie the game but missed it. Labette County not taller than Fort Scott, but they are winning the rebounding total early. Bates fades, fires, and hits on this end.
Yeah, I got so many things to say about Kagan Bates. I've used them all up, but just continues to be that spark plug, man. Wow.
A foul on a drive here for Brown. We'll see who they tag on the foul. That's going to go on Briggs Knight, the first foul for either team tonight. 5 minutes first quarter, Labette County 4, Fort Scott 0. Tucker Rush bites a little bit on the fake. And I didn't see who scored it. Okay, it was Brown. And then we had a stoppage of play right after Brown made the shot. Did either of you gentlemen, as Jonathan Dusher, freshman at the high school, sitting in on the call again, did you guys see what happened?
A bench warning or something. He pointed to and the coach's expression looked a little bit like maybe he was being, kind of told to calm down, or I don't know.
Interesting.
It was.
Heston parts the Red Sea. Good pass. Rush finishes.
Well, I tell you, Tucker played such a good game the other night and continues that right now. And that was a good feed to him inside. Little momentum here for the Grizzlies.
Labette County 6, Fort Scott 2. Knight defends the ball. It's thrown off. Anderson back to the top. Chipman fires, hits.
Yeah, that was good body control and a good shot. That was tough. Here comes Kagan, a million miles an hour in the shot.
Oh, missed it. Rattled in and out. Tucker out of position, tried to fight, and fouls the Tiger from behind. That's the second as a team on Labette County. Coach Argerbright says something in the ear of his big man. That's the first on Rush.
It's hard not to try to get that rebound, but you have to tell yourself if you're not in position, you got to let it go. It's almost always so easy to call that when you go over the back like that.
6-4, Labette County over Fort Scott. Good backdoor, but it was missed. And a foul on Colton Weil being aggressive defensively as Coach Feeback almost bent his back, bending backwards as he was kind of expressing some frustration as his point guard missed the wide open backdoor.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Colton Weil is just deceptively quick.
Good defender is Colton. Pull-up jumper misses from Marbury. Rebound Labette County. Six to 4, Labette County with the lead in the ball. Lots of cuts away from the possession where Kagan Bates has it. And Colton Weil throws it off the leg of a Tiger unintentionally, and Labette County will throw in here. Briggs Knight, the inbounder, defended with two hands held high by Malachi Larson, who just checked in. Heston, quick trigger tray. It's true, and Labette County leads by 5.
Yeah, Barrett's right below me. I could see, I was looking right in line with that shot. It was good the minute it left his hand.
Knight, good defense by Briggs here, forces the pass. Chipman in line with the orange rim, drives, jump stop into a tree of Rush. Tucker now defends off the switch, and I was afraid of that. The way that Marbury kind of moved there allowed Rush to bump into him, and I think that's 2 on Tucker.
It is.
And now looky.
Yeah.
Dylan Johnson's going to check in for the first time since, I'll just say, first semester. It was somewhere back in December, I think. Great to see Dylan back.
I believe it was the Independence game when his first game he didn't play, and that was December, second week in December.
Yep. Fort Scott kind of throws it away, but it's picked up in the front court, or back court rather, by Larson. 9-4 Grizzlies, 3 minutes first quarter. Chipman drives, a little chip shot, goes for the senior.
Yep, that was well played there by Chipman. It was a good shot, so, you just move on from that. It was well played.
9-6 Grizzlies, 2:45. Heston wants another 3 but pulls it down. Finds Knight. Briggs needs some help, defended well. Throws off Heston. Given room, looked at the rim, but now begins to dribble the ball. Gets the Dylan Johnson screen. Great to see Dylan back. Bates, left wing drive, spins, hacked, and fouled. Kagan to shoot 2.
Yeah, again, he's so good at that. If you don't get in his face and foul him or whatever, he'll probably make it. So just a really good job at point guard.
A 22-point performance for Kagan Bates on Tuesday night. Kagan's first free throw of 2 is good. Carson Lamb checks in place of Colton Weil, and a couple Tigers check in as well. Tyler Anderson started tonight back in the game, and alongside him for the first time tonight is Kadai Moreland.
Good to see Carson, too. I heard today that maybe he had a knee issue, so this is really good to see him out there.
Bates knew he missed it, and it went off the right side of the rim indeed. Fort Scott snatches the board. They trail Labette County by 4 with 2:15 left. Fort Scott backdooring off the wings. Defended well this time, though. Right in line with the hoop is Larson. Off the bench is this Tiger. Drives, fires with the left. Well defended by Carson, and Lamb gets the rebound.
Yeah, that sure was. Carson did a good job defending right there.
Heston in the corner. Drives in between two red jerseys. Finds Knight at the top. One extra. Bates gets a bite on his man. Hook pass Lamb. At the top, drives off the head fake. Throws off to Briggs. Drives baseline, and a reaching foul called, I think, on Larson.
Yeah, Grizzlies really moving the ball well in this possession here. Just the ball never stuck anywhere. It was constantly being thrown and dribbled and drive and thrown, so really looked good.
Kagan Bates has such good court vision. Labette County's lead is 4, and they have it. 1:45 first quarter. Ball is thrown in. Briggs Knight corner. Dylan Johnson short corner. Working on Moreland. Dylan turns and has it blocked a little bit. And then a foul here on Lamb on the rebound as it went to Anderson. And that's 5 team fouls on Labette. So 2 free throws all the way on the left end of the floor for Anderson.
You know, it's just nice to have Dylan back for a lot of reasons. But, you know, Tucker can get a breather, sit down, got a couple fouls. And Dylan's another similar big, strong player. So just really nice to see him back here, especially for his senior campaign.
First home game since December 20 for the Grizzlies. First free throw good by Anderson. First free throws from Fort Scott tonight. Anderson, a 6'3" junior. His second free throw falls down. Makes it a 2-point Grizzly lead with 90 seconds left in the first period. Bates dribbles to the left, switching hands occasionally. Calls for a teammate to run a play. Heston off the elevator screen. Swish!
Barrett's feeling it, man. And that ball, again, from here you could tell the distance was perfect. Couldn't tell the alignment, so that just looked good again. So he's a streak shooter, too. He could really go off tonight.
13-8, Labette. Heston with 2 threes tonight. Moreland in trouble. Sheds off. Corner three. A charge away from the ball. Dylan Johnson high fives Carson Lamb. And, man, Barrett Heston is juiced.
Yes, he sure is. And that's, you know, it's just so good to see. You know, a couple things go your way. It's just such a, all sports, you know, feed off good things happen. Basketball is just so electric that way. So this is good to see.
55 seconds, first quarter. Labette County with it and a 5-point lead. Set play, couple screens. They're looking for Heston, defended well. Kagan needs help, finds Weil back in the game. Colton reverses. Bates helps out with that. Now the ball's on the weak side. Barrett looks to drive. Fakes the spin around, shoots the layup, misses. Tipped by Dylan, but goes to Fort Scott.
Yeah, good drive there by Barrett. Good fake, good shot. We'll take that.
No shot clock, but Fort Scott fires the 3 and misses. Rebound hits Weil, goes to Bates. Heston up ahead, 19 seconds. Labette County up 5. Barrett back to Bates, who calls for the ball. I love that, and it looks like Labette's going to hold for 1.
Yeah, that was hard to do because we had so much momentum that everybody wanted it to just go.
Bates working on Chipman, has it stripped, and it'll stay with Labette County with 4.1 on the clock.
Yeah, so that was real smart there by Kagan to back that out earlier, like you were saying, and slow this down.
Goes in, Heston open for 3 at the buzzer. Yeah! Barrett Heston with 3 first quarter trays.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, just when you're feeling it, man, it just happens.
As his older brother Eli Heston, who made, 4,000 of those in this gym, is here in attendance tonight as his little bro just made 3 trays in quarter number 1. Labette County by 8 after the first period. Back in a minute on KLKC.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during Couples Court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at klkcradio.com.
Barrett Heston with 9 first quarter points from behind the three-point line. Labette County leads by 8 to start the second quarter. Barrett Heston, though, on the bench to start this 8 minutes of play. Kagan Bates with it. Hits a backdooring Camden Good, who finds Lamb underneath. No foul. Oh, they get it in. And it'll be 2 free throws for Carson Lamb.
Yeah, and boy, again, the ball movement looks so impressive. A little different lineup out there with a few different players, but yeah, this kind of stuff just, I always use the word contagious, but it is. When things are going well, fire just kind of bleeds through your bench and everyone just plays harder.
First free throw, no good for Carson Lamb. Lamb second, strong as well. Fights for the rebound and gets it. There you go, Carson, good effort. Labette County gets it back. Camden Good, touch pass, hot potato for the Labette County guards. Dylan Johnson back tonight in the rotation. Illegal screen on DJ.
Well, he's bound to have a little rust to scrape off after being down 6 weeks.
As you mentioned, you think it was the Independence game back on December 17th when he played last.
Yeah, he and Nolan both were out that night. We thought that was devastating, which it was.
Or he didn't play that night.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes, they were both out. But our bench came up and just really stepped up. That was a fun win.
Travel called beyond the perimeter here on Brown. Turnover Fort Scott. Labette County leads by 8 with 7:14 left in quarter number 2. Briggs Knight into the game for Dylan Johnson. Nearing the 7-minute mark, second quarter. Labette County 16, Fort Scott 8. Dribble handoff beyond the perimeter. Barrett Heston back in as well. Finds Camden Good in line with the rim. Now right side Bates. Holds the basketball for a while. Now begins the penetration. Heston fakes left, goes right. Fader, Tuffy, misses. Rebound Fort Scott. Camden Good forces a jump, and it'll take it the Tigers' direction though.
Yeah, that shot might have been a little rushed there, but I love the confidence right now with Barrett, the expectation of himself, so that part's really solid. Good effort there by everybody.
Right to left. Brown with the basketball, finds Chipman. Yet to get going as the Fort Scott offense or Labette County offense in this quarter. Who scored that for Fort Scott? I wasn't paying.
Chip.
It was Chipman or Moreland. As Fort Scott scored, and it's 16-10. Labette County's got it in a half-court position here. Was it number 2?
I thought it was Chipman. 0.
Okay, got Chipman here. As Bates at the other end scores, and it's 18-10. Labette County, 6 minutes, second quarter.
Sorry about that. I was so enthralled in the who made that last for Fort Scott, I kind of got out of the game mode.
Fort Scott will throw it in here in a second under their own rim. Checking in is Josh Wolhoff. He will get Moreland. Ball goes into the paint. Bates, little mismatch here, and the bunny falls for Brown.
He did the right thing there, Kagan, not trying to go up and disrupt that. Just let him have that shot. Live another day without getting the foul in there.
Briggs Knight head fakes on a three. Overhead pass goes to Weil. Calls for a backdoor, but nobody's open over there. Bates, left wing, navigates traffic. Weil, dribble handoff, number 11 in white. Pass intercepted, no. Tipped out by Chipman. Labette County maintains with 12 ticks left on the shot clock.
Yeah, Chipman sure read that, jumped that pass. So we were pretty fortunate there. He didn't get just a wide open layup. So
5:20 first half, Labette County 18, Fort Scott 12. After a 16-point first quarter, Labette County just with 2 second quarter points so far anyways. Camden Good loses the dribble a touch, getting some minutes tonight, and a shot clock violation on the Grizzly offense.
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often at all that we got hung up like that. So Camden just kind of got down low and got trapped with nowhere to go, and really no one came to help bail him out. So, time to defend.
Dylan Johnson back in. He will get Camden Good. Tucker Rush with 2 personal fouls on the bench for a little while. Briggs Knight called for a holding foul as he was kind of holding Anderson a little bit. Briggs' second personal and the team's second as well. Carson Lamb back in for him.
Yeah, this Grizzly team, man, they've brought this all year long. They've been a fun bunch to watch, I'm telling you. Tonight's no exception.
Labette County's kind of picking them up, or making them feel them, rather, full court. Not really a press, just kind of standing there by them in the full court. Tigers get across. Three-pointer from the heart of the floor goes down for Brown. He's got 7.
Yeah. Yeah, it's big for Fort Scott. That cuts the game to 3, so a little of the momentum here switched just a little bit.
Lamb, hesitation, but shoots the 3, missed it. Weil, Lamb hits the deck hard, ran into Colton, but Labette County keeps. Bates, oh boy! Are there words for that play by Kagan Bates?
That's ESPN highlight reel there. The reverse, the shot, the fadeaway. It's amazing.
That was incredible. Spun off his defender, picked his dribble up, and as he was falling and fading to the ground and behind the backboard, got it to go. Little lefty flip for Chipman, misses underneath, a foul. How is that? If that's on Dylan, I'm shocked. He was laying on the ground.
Yeah, I don't know if he grabbed his shoe.
As they get it on Dylan Johnson. As he's going to check out, Tucker Rush comes in. That's Dylan's second and the team's third. Dylan had to have grabbed the lower extremity there. Ball is in play. Chipman, a running floater, misses short, goes right back to him. Kick out 3 for Wolhoff. No. And the rebound goes to Bates. Long pass, Lamb catches it, comes back to earth. Weil back to Lamb, bobbles it. Heston, one more. Bates, left wing 3. Strong, foul away from the ball.
Really good awareness by Lamb there.
On Labette County.
Yeah. Lamb caught that pass on the fast break, knew he had to kind of adjust. I saw him look down at the baseline while the ball was still in the air. He knew he was going to have to get rid of it, so just a real headsy play.
3:45 second quarter. Labette County 20, Fort Scott 15. Maddox Dewey in the game as well. This team playing without Nolan Nash tonight due to an illness. Fort Scott doing well to keep it kind of tight. Don't feel like they've played particularly well. Dub Chipman throws off to the teammate on the left wearing number 14 in all red uniforms tonight. Labette County in all whites. Number 5 on the shot clock rather. And a turnover here for Fort Scott. Labette County's got it in transition.
Yeah, there's those quick hands again by Colton, knocking that ball out. Good
ball movement by Labette County here. Weil loses it, though, off the quick whip from Bates. Fort Scott to get within one possession. They do so. Right-hand layup, coast to coast goes Kanan Brown.
Yeah, that was well played. Barrett was going to try to pick up a charge, but he slipped, instead of going straight into the basket, did a good job of kind of sliding through there.
Labette County's lead is 3. Barrett Heston, 9 first quarter points, yet to score in the second. Kagan Bates looks up at the scoreboard, throws right side to Maddox Dewey. Patient. Dewey, one dribble, entry pass to Rush, has to go beyond the arc to collect it, while in 4 white jerseys, no whistle. Rebound fought for, Colton's got it, and that better be a foul. It is on Fort Scott. Kind of dove on the back of Colton.
Right.
As they are going to get Marbury on the foul. Just Fort Scott's second. They've done well with fouls. That's his first.
Yeah, I think their coaches question that, but when a player's on the ground with the ball, yeah, the normal thing to try to do is to try to get your hands on the ball and create a jump ball, but you can't just jump on him in doing so. So
a little bit of sweat being swept up from underneath the rim where the bodies were hitting the hardwood. Labette County in kind of a stack formation along the left spine of kind of the elbow area that runs to the baseline. Bates, the inbounder, good passer, finds Rush underneath, kind of hit as he shot it, but made it. Tucker Rush with 4 points.
Yeah, that was well played. Fort Scott played his man-to-man. A lot of times under there, you'll play a zone on an inbounds play, but Fort Scott went man-to-man that time.
22-17 Labette County. 2 minutes, second quarter. Offensive foul on Kanan Brown. Kagan Bates may have sold it, but it looked like he kind of looked to drive a little firmly there.
Yeah, it was just the right mix. It was a bump, and then he added a good reaction bump or whatever, so it caught the ref's attention, and he had made that call. You almost make the ref blow that when you do that, if it's not too outrageously floppy.
22-17. Labette County in front. Camden Good checks back in. Number 12 is Camden. Right side Bates. One dribble, pulls the three, contested. It doesn't matter. That's 3 points for your Grizzlies.
And dude's a player. There's our leader, and now he's wanting to defend. Got some momentum back all of a sudden.
Kagan Bates leads all scorers with 10. Labette County's lead is 8. A big 90 seconds for either team. Jump stop Chipman short corner, defended by Dewey. Fort Scott moving right to left, Labette County left to right. Coach Argabright anxiously watches. One hand resting on his chin. Kagan Bates fired up defensively. Ball goes to the corner. Anderson drives, spins, terrible shot, missed it short. Rebound Fort Scott, that's huge. Here's a follow-up three. Got it. Kanan Brown drilled the three. He's got 12 points and a foul after the shot went in on Fort Scott, it looks like, but the bucket will count.
Gosh, that always proves to you right in front of your eyes how important every possession is. I mean, just every single possession matters. So, big three for Fort Scott there.
1 minute to go, second quarter. 25-20, Labette County.
In a bad way.
Heston looks to drive. Turns, shoots with one hand, and finds the bottom of the net. Barrett Heston with his first bucket of the second quarter.
Yeah, Barrett continues to play a really good half of basketball.
Chipman responds with a floater of his own. He's up to 8. Him and Brown have carried a load tonight.
Yeah, just trading punches right now.
Heston collects, quick trigger tray, missed it, rushes there, and he's fouled. And Tucker earns a trip to the stripe.
Yeah, Tucker continues to play well too. I mean, again, he played one of his better ball games the other night as well, and has continued it. Looks confident, strong.
He did have a pretty advantageous matchup on Tuesday. Misses this first free throw, but Tucker will get one more. 27-22, Labette County by 5. Rush Misses this one. Rebound goes to Wolhoff. Labette County needs to avoid a foul, and Good's going to create a jump ball that sends it Labette County's way. Wow.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to call a foul.
Yeah, it seemed like we got real antsy down here. I was afraid we were going to get a cheap one with 24 seconds left. I mean, they should all count equal, but when you got 20 seconds to half and you pick one up, it just feels like a stab. Just want to play careful.
Heston throws it into Kagan Bates. 20 seconds left, now under second quarter. Labette County 27, Fort Scott 22. Bates barks out commands. Good comes parallel with our point guard. Bates looks to initiate, one-arm whip. Dewey lets the rainbow three go, misses. Bates hits the deck hard and looks at the ref, no whistle. 1 second, Chipman floater, good. Labette County shot it a little too early and gave Fort Scott a chance. And Chipman capitalized. At the end of the first half here in Labette County, it's Fort Scott 24, Labette County 27. A good match between two teams hungry for a win. Let's take a 3-minute break and come back with the iCare Associates halftime show on KLKC.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the house get you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at KLKCradio.com.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the four-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Welcome in, Grizzly fans, live from Altamont, Kansas. This is the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show, where Labette County leads Fort Scott by a score of 27-24. My name's Jack Leake, and joined alongside me for the halftime show, as well as the third quarter here, is Labette County freshman Jonathan Dusher, and Isaiah Kuhn is on the KLKC Sports YouTube live stream. Jonathan, happy to have you yet again. Labette County leads by 3. What'd you kind of see from our squad there in that first half? And then after you give your analysis, we'll talk with Coach Vollmer of the Lady Grizzlies. Go ahead, Jonathan.
I think we did a great job of keeping them at most an arm's length for the first, half. Talk about our rain of volleys of threes. I mean, Barrett Heston was making them. Kagan Bates, I think, made a few as well. And really, I would like to take kudos to our bench players. I mean, Tucker Rush and Colton Wild coming off the bench have been doing outstanding. I mean, Tucker Rush have been taking over for almost the entire season with DJ being injured, and then just give kudos to them as they're both young, both sophomores,
yes,
replacing seniors.
Yes.
So I'll just be looking for us to keep on getting in, making those shots, and playing good defense like we have been and doing good.
We'll look to continue that conversation. Thank you, Jonathan. Here after we hear from Coach Vollmer of the Lady Grizzlies that fell earlier tonight to Fort Scott, 53-44. Coach, really appreciate you coming up. I know a tough one here at home against a good, well-coached team. Just opening thought on tonight's contest.
Great Fort Scott team. We knew this was going to be a tough game coming in, and they just they took us out of everything that we like to do. We didn't do the little things right, and it kind of bit us in the butt. We were able to get a tough win against the Burlington team, and then we got behind against Silver Lake and did the same thing, and there was too much time on the clock. We had to scramble really early, and then we did the same thing against Coffeyville, and we got it together after halftime and put together a comeback, and we just couldn't orchestrate that down the stretch. We shot horribly. I mean, everybody in the gym and who's watched that game knows that. We shot terribly from the free throw line, and we're better than that. I think our kids know that. Yeah. They're putting the weight of the world on their shoulders, and we played a bad basketball game against a really good team, and we got exposed, and we're going to fix it. This is not the end of the road for us. If you would have said to me at the beginning of my coaching career that I was 12-2, at this point in the season, I would have been like, yippee, woo. This is a great basketball team. We're talking about Labette County High School girls basketball team, and we're going to still play like it. We're going to turn around tomorrow, and we're going to play like it. We're going to do the little things. We're good enough to be able to make these adjustments, and we still control our own destiny. You were talking about the SEK League race. Coffeyville, Fort Scott, and Labette County all have one loss, and the world is at our fingertips, and we just have to go grab it. And we now know that we got to have confidence in ourselves, and that's something that we've been harping on for a really long time. We've been talking about our confidence on the basketball floor. We've been talking about our confidence as human beings. That positive self-talk, and we can't let the doubters creep in. With one ball game. So we're not really going back to the drawing board. We're going to know that we've got to do the little things right. We got to put the ball in the hole. We got to box out. We've got to rebound. We've got to make free throws, and those are fixable things. We've got to play hard, which we always do. I don't think tonight was an effort issue. Right. It's just it's a basketball issue, and we've got to play better.
I think the Boss twins are so fun to watch play, especially together. They combined for 18 points tonight, and Aubrey made some, as well as Kinsley late, to at least provide us a little bit of hope. Some of their running floaters they like to shoot. Talk about the Boss twins. I know you talked about Kinsley's return on Tuesday, but just what do they provide for this team? I feel like a lot of athleticism comes from the Boss twins.
Oh yeah, their athleticism, often is unmatched when you're comparing them to other kids. They just bring a ton of spark, and I looked in their eyes tonight in the middle of the huddle, and I never saw doubt. They've bought in completely. They bought into their talents too, and I think Aubrey's grown as a basketball player. If I thought as a freshman Aubrey Boss would be handling the basketball for me, as a point guard position at times, I would have said you're crazy, but she stepped into that role so well. She's a chameleon. She does whatever we ask her to do. We shift her around. We put her on the front of the press. We put her on the back. We ask her to face guard their toughest kid on the floor. We ask her to, shoot a three ball, and she does it. She says, yes, ma'am. And that's what you get with the Boss Twins. Relentless hard work, positivity, and, you know, we'll take that from a kid all day long. And, you know, a lot of our kids are like that, but kudos to the Boss Twins, you know, and I'm really proud of them for never quitting. I'm proud of them for, you know, just saying, yeah, Coach, I'll do whatever you need. We're still managing some Kinsley minutes. You know, she's got to get her feet back underneath her and feel confident. She's got to work on her conditioning. I think everybody knows that, you know, coming off of an injury and not playing a ton.
Right.
And she's going to get there. And what I love about that is it's still a ton of basketball left to be played and a ton of space for her to get better and to improve. And I think she's going to shock some people about how she continues to improve as a basketball player in Aubrey as well.
What's great about basketball is we play in 21 hours, 22 hours, and get to play an Independence team that's played a little bit better recently on their home floor. So.
Yeah, absolutely. We got to come to play. We're going to regroup. We're going to go and play as hard as we possibly can and let the cards fall. And we're still going to be a fun team to watch tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks, Coach.
Thank
Appreciate you. That was head coach Brianna Vollmer of the Lady Grizzlies. Let's go ahead and step aside for 30 seconds. That was the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the house gets you home every weekday after.
Third quarter is underway right at that exact moment when Dub Chipman collects the ball and the clock begins to tilt under 8 minutes, quarter number 3. Labette County leads 27-24. Jack Leake and Labette County freshman Jonathan Dusher with you on the call for the third quarter. A little touch floaters up and down for Brown, and he's up to 14 points. He has been huge for them tonight.
He's taken that shot a lot tonight, and he's made it quite a few times. The reason why he has as many points as he does. Oh, there's a three by Tucker. He misses it.
Rebound Brown, left to right. Comes the Tiger in 11, the jersey number. Yeah, he has been a large part of their success tonight. And a little jumper missed by Chipman. Rebound on the deck, and Labette County has it.
Tucker and Colton both fighting for possession on that one. Same team.
Sometimes too much effort can cause you to lose a rebound.
Right.
Or from two people. Bates left wing, fakes and drives, triple team. Doesn't matter. Kagan Bates scores point number 12.
Man, it really doesn't matter with him. He finds ways to finish, and he does.
A dozen points for Kagan, and Colton Weil almost gets a steal.
He is scary when he gets in the paint. Kagan Bates, he is not afraid to go up, especially if you're 6 foot whatever.
That's exactly right, because it doesn't matter. Or 7 foot whatever.
Yeah, 8 foot whatever.
And safety on the football team. He'll fly across the field and
he's fast.
Try to hit anybody. So Labette County trying to play defense here, up 3. Fort Scott with it. Brown leads all scores. Dump down to Marbury. Bates bites. Jumper, no good. Weil backside board.
Great.
Kagan gets by Chipman. Looks to set up the half-court set.
Great defense by Tucker there. Contesting that shot, make sure it was an easy one, because 33 is pretty tall.
6'5" Marbury stands, a senior for Fort Scott. Tucker rush left wing, pins the ball on his right hip, looks for a popping Grizzly and finds Weil. Couple passes, Bates in front of the Labette County student section. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bates given an inch by Brown, looks to drive, finds Knight, left side, shot clock down to 2. Weil catch and fire, air ball, and Fort Scott's got possession.
Man, shot clock, man. If it starts winding down like that, I mean, any guy that gets us looking to shoot, there's just nothing you could have done on that one.
Colton Weil got the start tonight. Nolan Nash out with the sickness. 5:45 third quarter. Each team has 2 points in the third period. Nobody has fouled yet.
I'm not even mad about Colton starting either. I mean, he's been doing great these past couple games.
Absolutely. This Labette County team, 8-9 deep. Three-pointer missed. Rebound, Colton Weil.
Another one for him. Put it down on the stat sheet.
Rebounding, defending, two things he hangs his hat on each night. Bates at the top, given plenty of time, and Kagan Bates makes his second three of the game, and he's up to 15.
Dang out. That one was pretty. Like you said the other night, he shot that. As soon as he shot it, turned around and put that three up.
Labette County's lead is 6. Kagan Bates has a personality, and we love it. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Fort Scott trying to combat the Kagan Bates and Barrett Heston offensive attack. Chipman caught in the air, but somehow finds Anderson. Back to Chipman. Double dribble, I think. Good call. Turnover, Fort Scott.
That's a good call there by the ref. I mean, everyone could tell that he double dribbled there. And Kagan, I mean, he's everything you want in a ball player and then some. I mean, he can do everything, anything a coach wants.
Dirks Kegler out for this team tonight. Sitting down on the bench next to the coaching staff. Labette County without a starter as well, Nolan Nash. 32-26 Grizzlies. 4:30 third quarter. Knight sheds off, rush at the top. Heston, one more to Weil, left wing. Set play. Bates for, foul going the other way. Illegal screen, I'm guessing, as they were setting the screen for Bates to roll around. And if that's on Tucker, it's his third, and it is.
And that is a tough call. So many bodies flying around. I mean, setting a screen like that, and it's tough, I tell you.
Is that your role sometimes to set those screens?
It is a lot as a big man.
So you play center?
Power forward.
Good. I like good. That's smart man. Put the power in front of it.
Yeah.
A power forward sounds better than just a forward. So.
Oh, yeah.
3 seconds in the lane on Fort Scott. They turn it over, followed by a flurry of Grizzly cheers. Labette County's lead is 6.
I think that's a second in a row, consecutive sloppy turnovers there, double dribble, and now 3 seconds, right?
Yes. 2 calls you don't see a whole lot in a game.
And consecutively.
Right.
That could kill a team.
Weil on the block, tries to avoid traveling, throws to Rush, who missed the bunny. Rebound, Marbury. Labette County's going to get a foul. You got to just get back there.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like there could have been a foul on Colton Weil there as he just got sandwiched between their two big guys, but it's okay, I guess.
Second on Weil and second as a team on Labette County this quarter. 4 minutes has been surpassed. Grizzlies' lead is 6. 3 straight turnovers combined by both teams. Weil, hand in the cookie jar, steals it right to left. Left hand layup, good. Colton Weil makes up for the foul in a great way.
He gambled, he got the jackpot. Got the steal and took it all the way for the layup.
Labette County's lead is 8, and a really soft foul there on Colton Weil, as he didn't inhibit Chipman from doing anything. His hand just kind of hit Chipman on the shoulder, and they called a foul.
There's always going to be fouls like that in the game. Just wish you weren't on you, though.
Ref looked at Colton and explained that he didn't have his hand up. It was kind of arm-barring Chipman's side. I still kind of disagree. It didn't inhibit him from doing anything. Chipman backdoor, throws off, three-pointer, buried. First bucket of the game from Kadai Moreland.
I don't think they've hit many threes this game either, so that's probably a sight for sore eyes for that Fort Scott coaching staff.
Another whistle and stoppage of play. There's been a few mysterious ones tonight, as I'm not sure. Okay, shot clock. They had to reset it to 27 seconds. Impressive catch by the referee there to bump the shot clock up a few seconds. Labette County hasn't quite been able to go up 10, 12, 14. Fort Scott's done a good job of keeping it kind of close.
Yeah. I don't think we've let them have a lead, though, yet, if I'm not mistaken.
I'd have to think back.
I don't think Fort Scott's been up.
Okay, so still searching for that first lead. Bates searching for another three. He's fouled from beyond the arc. The ball missed, but he will shoot 3 free throws. He has been great this week.
I'm surprised he didn't make that one, too. I mean, he's been on fire tonight, but
I know. From here, it looked like it was going to go down for his third 3 of the game. Kagan looking for points 16 through 18. on this try here from the line. 3 attempts. His first is good.
I'm not going to say what I want to say right now. I'm going to hold my tongue.
You're learning, Jonathan. You're learning. Second free throw for Bates on its way, and
maybe I should have just said nothing at all. I don't know.
You're already getting lost in the entangled web of the broadcasting jinx. It messes with the mind in many, many ways.
I should have just not talked at all.
Missed the third free throw. Yep, Jonathan, that's on you. I'm sorry.
Oh, whoa, okay. Okay.
35-29. Labette County in front. The lead is 6. 3 minutes and under third quarter. Brown drives. Right hand from the left side goes down.
I mean, that was pretty lucky, I would say. It looked like he traveled, but refs didn't call it.
Tucker Rush catches it from inside the three-point line. Throws back to Kagan. Crosses on Brown. Throws to the corner. Lamb. Strong. Crashes. Gets his own. Bunny. No. Rebound Moreland.
Great effort there by Carson chasing his own three there. I mean, coaches always preach follow your shot, and he did.
Scrum for the ball. And
Timeout.
Timeout, Coach Argabright. As I didn't say who had it, Carson Lamb dove on a loose ball as Fort Scott lost it, and Coach Argabright called a 30-second timeout. Labette County leads by 4 with 2:20 left in the third quarter. We will keep it here and thank a few sponsors for making our broadcast possible. Labette Community College, Labette Health, Labette Bank, as well as Labette Center for Mental Health Services, O'Brien Ready Mix, Vollmer Cement Finishing, Community National Bank, Commercial Bank, and we would also like to thank the Corner Store of Altamont, USD 506, Olson Ace Hardware, and SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier and Meister. Jack Leake and Labette County freshman Jonathan Dusher with you on the call. Labette County has the ball, up by 4. It's thrown in to Briggs Knight, who hands it off to Kagan Bates to run the set play.
You know, to harp off what you said earlier, I would have to agree that I don't think we've really pulled away yet in this game, so I'm looking for us to pull away here and pretty soon.
Fort Scott has hit shots when it's mattered most, and Tucker Rush travels on the far side with the ball. He was getting ready to make a move and walked with the rock.
I think that just comes with, being young. I mean, hasn't got much experience playing at this speed. I would say, for me even, it's been faster, just watching.
He'll learn to get that footwork down, and he will be very lethal for us down low.
Yes.
Fort Scott looking to get even closer. Only down 4 are the traveling Tigers here to Altamont tonight. Labette County, first home game since third week of December.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while since we've been in home gym.
Chipman harassed by Bates. Moreland for another 3 from that side. Misses. Tucker in perfect rebounding position.
Great box out. I mean, Coach really harps us on that in practice.
Bates backdoors. Briggs doesn't like the window. Handoff Bates. Takes a breath. Not really guarded too close by Brown. Now Kagan pursues. Falls to the ground, and an early travel called in. I thought he threw it in time.
I'd have to agree. I think he got it off in time, but
my guess is that his feet slid maybe across the ground.
Yeah.
And we couldn't quite tell from our angle that happened, but Fort Scott has it with 1:10 left in the third period.
4 points.
Feels like a little more than that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It feels like we should be up a little bit more, but take what we can get.
A few possessions loose with the ball will do that to you. Dub Chipman looks to penetrate, touches the red-colored paint, throws off. Moreland loses it. Lamb tries to make him pay. Bates soars in, picks it up, right to left, at the cup, unselfish. Heston, yes. Another whistle and stoppage of play right after the make. There have been so many whistles right after makes tonight. I don't know what these refs are catching or looking for, but there's been 4 or 5 times in our girls and boys game combined where the refs have stopped play for a bench warning, a dead ball technical, a shot clock, a game clock, something a few times tonight, as I don't know what that is, and it doesn't look like I'm probably going to find out because it wasn't a foul or anything like that. And we're underway. Labette County up 6, playing defense, 37 seconds, third quarter. Chipman penetrates, gets by a few, missed it with the offhand.
Great defensive hustle there by Carson Lamb, getting in there and contesting that layup, and then another great rebound there by Tuck. I don't know how many he has, but it's sure a lot.
Been in better position rebounding here tonight. 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Bates loses the handle, runs near the half-court line to recollect. Brown giving him some problems. 6 seconds left, interception. Chipman down to 3 seconds at the cup. Euros scores with 1 second left, and that is the second time in the last 2 quarters Labette County's given up a layup with 1 second on the clock.
Yeah, I mean, cannot be giving those up. I just don't know what else to say about that. Just been getting in good position, and we've just been out of position and just unevenly spaced.
Fort Scott keeps it close. Jonathan, thank you again for joining for that third quarter tonight. Appreciate it. Labette County 37, Fort Scott 33. Back with the fourth and final quarter in 1 minute.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen.
(37-33). Labette County leads. I'll get that in a second, Isaiah. I got to remember where I put it. Cameraman, Isaiah. 37-33, Labette County leads Fort Scott with 7:45 left in the game. Labette County has it. Colton Weil, one dribble kick. Bates, 3 balls short. Marbury on the rebound.
Yeah, okay, sorry about that. I didn't know which headset I had on.
Fort Scott scores on this end. I'm not sure who made it. I was trying to get your headset right. Number 0, Dub Chipman again. Thank you, Jonathan. He's up to 14, and it's a 2-point Grizzly lead.
Yeah, this is important here. We've been up the whole game, but just need to keep playing how we've been playing, just hard and fast.
Good hands from Kagan Bates. Keeps Labette County with the basketball. Carson Lamb. Bates open for 3. You got it. Coach Argabright, give him a 60. Labette County leads by 5.
Yeah, give that to your, I'm sorry, I just can't hear myself.
You're wearing the right headset. Hey, we'll step aside for 30 seconds and get that figured out. Labette County leads by 5 on KLKC.
V93.5.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
40-35, Labette County leads Fort Scott with 6:50 left in the game. Jack Leak and Jack Leak with you on the call. Labette County only up by 5. Played a little bit better than that, though, but Fort Scott has hit shots at good times.
Yeah, they have, and now it's just important for us to just because it's a fourth quarter, nothing's any different. You just keep playing like it's a second and third quarter. You play for the moment, play each possession, just play like you have the whole game.
Labette County playing defense. Kagan Bates hit a 3 a little bit ago. Right hand hook goes down for Brown, and he is up to 18 points.
Yeah, that was a nice shot, actually. We defended that well. I mean, there's nothing more you could do right there.
Labette County with it. Colton Weil in the corner finds Kagan Bates at the top. He's been amazing on Tuesday as well as tonight. Backdoor, good one. Heston off the feed, short on the fade. Rebound, Dub Chipman.
That was a good move by Barrett and a good look. He faded away, and that just brought that shot a little bit short. Good defense here, though. Good steal by Kagan Bates.
Colton Weil tipped it, though. Colton right to left, finds Lamb, soars, scores, and the foul.
Boy, that's how you do it right there. The Grizzlies are fired up, beating their chest, high-fiving, feeling it right now.
What a great pass by Colton Weil in transition. Carson Lamb finished it off.
Boy, again, just great ball movement and hustle, team effort, fun.
Lamb to convert, missed it, rushes there, but Fort Scott has it. They fall down. Chipman, jump ball, goes to the Tigers.